Yes, people, welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. Welcome back to another Transfer Watch show on Chelsea Perspective. More importantly, I hope you all are doing well. I appreciate you all finding the time to join this morning. Today, we have a few items lined up to talk about. We'll talk about Axel Disasi. We'll talk about his comments and all that during his interview. And then we'll talk about Paradis, Leandro Paradis will be linked with a move for him as Moises Caicedo's alternative. We'll talk about all the names we have lined up here. Meanwhile, just sit back, relax, and let's get into it. Yes, we will welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. I sincerely do hope you're all doing well. As you know, we like to keep it interactive here. So first of all, I'm going to go through the chat to see how the people there are doing. Say hello to all of them before we start addressing the items we have lined up here. Yep, let's see. The first person here is Newman Isaac. He says, good morning. I feel pulling off from Caicedo deal due to how Brighton and Hove Albion are behaving isn't a bad idea, but to go for Leandro Paredes is not worth it. I'd rather we see it through and get the deal over the line, and I'm so confident that we'll get the deal over the line. Even again, there's a chance we'll sign Caicedo and still sign Paredes because Paredes isn't happy at PSG for some reasons. I haven't taken my time to research and find out why that is the case. Santiago Muno, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. But we'll start talking about Caicedo now very soon. We'll take it one by one, please, and let's try the best we can to keep the topics aligned. If we really meant our rebuilding project, then a 29-year-old player shouldn't be our target. To me, our new 25-year-old signing is even old enough for me. I wouldn't mind actually us keeping Leslie Ugochukwu and not go for Moises Caicedo. Honestly, I don't understand what DOF is thinking. Even Leandro Paredes is no longer needed for a PSG level. Yep, and that shows you why are we looking for him. So that's a good question there. And also, more importantly, people, you can become a member. It costs just $2.99, but only if you can afford it. Even if you cannot, you're still a valuable member of the Chelsea Perspective community. And if you can see the heart icon it's within the the heart icon is within the what's it called again? Excuse me, my truth. Emoji panel at the bottom right hand side. Keep clicking on it, or the 100% icon. Click on it to help us reach more people. And Mr. Happiness is for free. We will push till we get Caicedo. He has been the main target of so many months, so we shouldn't give up. I feel the same too. We don't need Vlahovic. We cannot go back to injury FC again. We want to compete. Here's the thing. It just seems as if the Vlahovic deal is the only way we can get rid of Lukaku. And the fact that Vlahovic is 23, it's a risk worth taking, if you ask me, in my opinion. If in 2 or 3 years, again, it's not working out, he still have a selling value because he's still very young. Morning to you, to Santiago Munoz. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join. Mr. Pondit, if again, should in any way you have our technical director's contact, please let them know that we don't need a player nearing his retirement age to play for us. If we're seriously going for Paredes, chances are I think the manager wants him because he's worked under him, but I'm not too sure if that's the case. the case. Hello to you too, Mitchell boy. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. Thank you so much. If you when you find time, please do share the link to your channel so people can go check it out. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, and this time I think we have to start our research on players we want to on the players we want to sign in the next two transfer windows. Now, from the championship level, championship, okay, from the championship level, not less than 17 years and not more than 22 years of age. It's up to the manager and the club. Afternoon to you too, Christian David. I appreciate you joining. I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. Please do let me know in the chat. But more importantly, thank you for finding the time to join the show. Paradis, yeah. Free Caicedo, I think they should free him. Constantin Dante. Big up to you too, brother. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show also. Let's see what else we have here. Anybody I haven't said hello to here? Good things that don't come easy. We maintain the Caicedo chase. I don't want us to pull out since we've been there for a while now. And again, even though we're hearing we haven't made much of progress. I'd say make sure we get the deal over the line because it will be a serious waste of time and probably alternatives. And we don't have too many alternatives that are equally good available now on the market. But that's just my opinion. And Rafael Mhanda says we getting Caicedo and loaning Leslie Ugochukwu to Brighton. We overpaid on Sanchez so as to okay. So as to make Brighton easy again upon to make Brighton easy upon us. I think that's a bit mixed up there or jumbled up maybe, but I get your point. For me, even Caicedo isn't traditionally a DM. Of all the players, again, let's say if we're looking at all the players we have within again our ranks now, the only traditional DM there is Leslie Ugochukwu. For me, I would say let's not loan him out. He played at Rennes and he helped them achieve a top four finish, which means they'd be playing in the Champions League next edition of the Champions League. And that if that doesn't show you how good he was for Rennes, then maybe you need to go research and find out again that he's not the sort of talent we should be loaning out. Let's see. I think if we stop talking about Caicedo, the deal will happen. I don't know. I'm not sure what to make of that particular comment there. We didn't overpay for Sanchez. I don't think we overpaid. But a lot of people are complaining. I think he's a good goalkeeper, but I'm confused. Here's where I'm concerned. I honestly do not think he's much of an upgrade from Kepa Arrizabalaga, but that's just my opinion. We did not overpay. I feel so too. Kishan, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. And Adube Lama too. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. I hope you're doing well too. Let's see what else we have here. Kishan says, I am sick of Brighton trying to bully us into overpaying. Well, I don't take it personal, really. For me, I just see it again. It's business for all parties involved. They want what's best. They want the best outcome from the negotiations for them, and we want the best outcome from the negotiations for us. It's as simple as that. Honestly, I get it. Some people will go to the extent of complaining that they paid just around, I think, £4 million for Moises Caicedo. Now they're selling him for quite a lot. Well, they were the ones they paid for him, and they again had him in the team play for I think 2 seasons or 1.5. I'm not sure how long he's played for them. He's played for them, and you can say they're the ones that you can say without them probably again wouldn't know that such player exists in the world of football. Yes, coach, keep Leslie. Honestly, I'd like us to keep him. He is traditionally a DM. Sorry, it just looks like as if the coffee hasn't kicked in properly. He is traditionally a DM. Moises Caicedo isn't traditionally a DM. Who else? All the players we've been linked with, none of them are traditional DM. Maybe you could argue Romelu Lavia is one, but true again, in my opinion, I see him more of an 8 box midfielder or a CM, not traditionally a DM. But that is just my opinion. Hilary Maturi says we have no other option but to sign Caicedo to partner with Enzo. Currently, if we joke, and not sign Caicedo. And the bad things like injury happens to Enzo, it will be dangerous. Here's the thing. Um, I think Caicedo has to be one of the most, again, our most important signings in this particular transfer window. You could say he's the missing piece in the midfield area right now, in my opinion. But let's see what the club does. I think we'll still get the deal over the line. I am not spending over 100 million if I am Chelsea. I don't think we'll actually pay them up to 100. But let's see what happens. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along with. Get Edson Alvarez and forget about Moises Caicedo. I don't know if we're still looking at him. Was it in January? We were serious about getting him, and then we went in with a let's bid, and he was rejected. Ajax, I think their reason at the time was that it was too late to get a replacement for Edson Alvarez. He's still available. I know some people are concerned with regards to his comment about Chelsea Football Club, but I don't see anything wrong with that, honestly. If Brighton wants to keep him so bad, let's get Tyler Adams. Not a bad shout there. I like Tyler Adams. He led the U.S. national team during the World Cup, and he was brilliant for them in the middle of the park there. He's a player I'd like us to sign, even if we sign Moises Caicedo, but it's not up to me. He's an intelligent player, naturally a leader. Again, good on the ball too. Again, has you can say an acceptable passing range. Maybe I need to look at him more to say to judge him fairly in that aspect. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go a long way. 20 million pounds plus 5 add-ons. We didn't overpay. A little bit overpay. A little bit over Kepa. He's a physicality and ball playing ability is an advantage over Kepa Arrizabalaga. I have to say again, I took my time to research his ability on the ball. I have to say, yeah, I was amazed. He's good on the ball, really. Better than a lot of people give him credit for. Get me Alvarez or Amadou Onana if we fail to land Caicedo. But let's see. I'd rather we keep Leslie Ugochukwu then sign Amadou Onana if we don't get Caicedo. Again, that's just my opinion. He's injury prone. Who is? I want you to be specific there. Tyler Adams will be good depth and cheap again as has a relegation clause. Okay, I've heard that too. I heard he has a relegation clause, but I didn't go. I haven't taken my time to get well acquainted to you could say to the construct of the clause in question. What happens before it gets triggered and all that. So, but I have to look it up later on. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 40 likes. Let's get into 100 and shoot for 200 as soon as possible. Tyler Adams is injured and won't be and will not be back until early October. And correct me if I'm wrong. He's not going to be able again. He's not transferable at this point given the injury. Correct me if I'm wrong, and that isn't the case. Tyler Adams, coach, a good shout, not a bad player. I think I know him well enough to know that he'd do well if we sign him. Yes, I don't want a Caicedo for that match. What match in particular? We haven't mentioned any match. We're just talking about the fact whether we'd be able to get the deal over the line or whether we'd walk or look for another talent, because there are there are still lots of good players out there. The question is which one of them will be a perfect fit for the manager's preferred approach to football. And the CAA Mafia, none of the Caicedo replacement or alternatives are even close to his level. I thought big clubs get what they want and little clubs get what they can. Wow, what a way to put it. Hamstring injury. He will fail his medical test straight up. So no need. You could say adding him to the conversation for lack of a better way to say that. I'm gonna get the panelists here with me, and then it's my bro IBZ. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show, brother. I hope you're doing well. All right,
I'm all good, bro.
Excellent. Let's hear your IBZ, your thoughts. Do you think we should walk away from the Caicedo deal, or do you think we should push and get the deal over the line?
They should do what they want to do. But me, if the club is not going to, time is not on my side, isn't it? I mean, I would have wanted our primary target to have come in by now and already played the preseason games that some of the new signings have already played, and that's not been the case. So at this point, it's getting a little bit boring. So at this point, they should either put up or just move away. If you're not going to put that £100 million down, just walk away from it. If you really want the kid, then you'll put that money down. You know what I mean? And then you'll worry about it later. But if you're not looking to pull it in and just look at alternative targets, I don't think time is on our side to be umming and ahhing with this guy. I think it's dragged on for quite some time now, in which we can safely say, you know what, what's really going on. So if they don't want to, if Brighton don't have to sell, they don't have to sell this kid. And we want, so if they're given a value, say this is the value we want for this kid, then yeah, if we're not gonna put up that money, then just walk away. If we're gonna put the money, let's put the money and let's get things started before we play Liverpool. Which obviously, even if we do sign, I think it'll be a bit too late for that. But yeah, I don't think, me personally, as the days are going, I don't think we are signing him. But a lot can change this transfer window. So we'll see how it goes. I've seen that the club are looking at alternative targets. Me, I wanted Wilfred and Ndidi, but they've gone for Tyler Adams. Boy, I don't know, but it is what it is. They're looking at Tyler Adams maybe as an alternative, or maybe they're just getting him in because they see that they need options in midfield anyway. And probably waiting to see that Moises Caicedo will come in, hopefully before the end of August. Well, we've got less than a month left now before the end of the transfer window, 28 days to be exact. So we've got 28 days to sign our top target, in which if we don't do that, we'll probably be looking like bums, because we've been chasing this guy for the best part of all summer and not being able to land him. So yeah, but we move.
Yeah, in the case of, again, you mentioned Ndidi, I'd say they're probably looking
No,
for a
me
player that
wanting
will offer
Ndidi, just
more.
me wanting Ndidi. Like that's not. I mean, it's not. What do I know? What's my influence? If I said I wanted Ndidi, they're not gonna go get him, are they? It's whatever. But what I'm saying is, they're looking at cheaper options or tried and trusted Premier League midfielders, and Tyler Adams fits that bill according to the scouting department, according to those that are responsible for bringing players in. So it's along the lines of what I wanted. I wanted Wilfred and Ndidi. They went for Tyler Adams. So yeah, I'll take that if that's what it is. They've gone for Roberto Sanchez as well. So it's looking good in that respect of bringing in players and what we have. But in terms of the star signing that everybody wanted or everybody wants in Moises Caicedo, I just don't see that happening as days keep going, and Brighton don't seem to budge, and Chelsea just don't know how they're going to negotiate with it. So yeah, we move with that.
Yeah, we move again. I hope I don't want us at this point to just walk away. We've wasted, invested so much time in that deal, and I do believe they're still there because they have confidence they will get the deal over the line, and I hope so. But thank you for that information there, Priestley Chidi. Alvarez will be my pick if Caicedo doesn't come. I appreciate how the Okash, is that Utkash? CFC, I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. And Jerry Z is in the house. It's that time of the year. We are only 9 days away from the historic Chelsea versus Liverpool game. The excitement is building up. Again, we're all excited. We don't, again, no, I'm sure we can't wait for that particular game. Justin Yao, please update me on Olise to Chelsea. Nothing new has happened. Just the letters I've heard is that Man City are also interested in signing him, which is nothing new. We've heard that before. Leandro Paredes is an experienced DM. Summer says some people are saying we shouldn't go for him, that he's too old for the project. But if the manager has been calling for experienced players openly, then Paredes an excellent option, in my opinion. A CAA Mafia, we put all this expectation that we want a top four and compete for a title, yet we don't want to sign the best player for the position we need. I don't get it. Again, I'm not gonna. I'm all for the club not overspending. We've been known to pay premium whenever we want players, and it has to stop one way or
No,
the
but
other. And I
I,
think,
I disagree with that,
mhm,
because if you go and get, this is what someone like Bobby will come and say, you get, what does he say? You pay for it. You put up the money if you want the best in class. This
mhm,
kid has seemed to be the best in class for his age, all in and around for the position. Highly rated, top prospect, 21. The best years are still ahead of him. Why not put down the money for this kid? This overspending hype has to have its limits. You're right. But you do have certain concessions when it comes to top talent like this one. According to the fans, have been raving about this kid for the best part of a year now. Or, sorry, you could say since obviously the league's kicked off. Yeah, the best part of a year. Since January was intensified. Arsenal came in. Arsenal tried their whole hardest to get him. Couldn't get him. They went for Jorginho instead. So if we see that this kid is highly rated and they're valuing him at 100 M's, pay the blood clot 100 M's, get him here, and we'll worry about that later. Yeah, but we get our primary target. But if you don't, if you're not, if the money's not, if you're umming and ahhing about it, if you're not, you don't look like you're serious about it, and Brighton are not budging, fair play to them. That's their asset. That's their prized asset. They're going into Europe next year. They want him to be part of that journey. That's their prized asset. And they've let McAllister go. They've let, a few players go. I mean, they're not just going to budge. So if we really want to prize him away from a club that hold him so dearly, pay the money they're asking. If not, move on. Time is not on our side. So that's why I just say that, oh, the money you don't pay a little. This kid is he's everybody and his uncle wants this kid. Every single in pre-season they're using Caicedo as an as a reason as to why Enzo is not performing or what have you. Oh, if you bring in Caicedo, he's there. If you bring in Caicedo, everybody wants this kid, coach. So I don't understand why 100 million is now a problem, especially like the comment just said earlier. If you're looking to get top four, if the fan base are looking to want to compete and they feel this kid is part of that, why not bring him in? Just bring him in, man. What,
here's the
100
thing.
million? Yeah.
I understand where you're coming from, but honestly, I think I don't know what price that what how much we'll pay, and then I'd say we're overpaid. So to me, if they know again how much they value the player, our club and Brighton, they do have their evaluation of the player. But if I don't want the club to do anything at the end of the day, we'll look back and say we overpaid. If you get my
Feel
opinion,
that.
but he's a
No, no,
good player.
I
I
feel
still
that.
think we'll get the deal over the line, but I don't want us to pay them 100 million or even plus. But that's just my opinion. If they feel like it's worth it and they pay, fine by me. But you still hear some Chelsea fans that start arguing that we overpaid. If you get my opinion,
No, no,
my
I
point.
feel that 100%. You get the fan base that will always have those things. But for the general concessions of things, we've been chasing this kid. This guy has been the primary target since the beginning of the summer, since the beginning of the window. Before Pochettino walked through the door, this guy has been the 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 the, the, the primary target. And we've seen other targets go to other rivals, like, well, I won't say targets, but we've seen Arsenal acquire Declan Rice for. They went in for him. It looked, they went in for him. Man City pulled out. They still went in for him. Do you know what I mean? They went in for him. I think we just need to take that risk, man. If you want the kid, to take that risk. 100 million. We'll laugh about it tomorrow, man. Let's get him through the door, holding a Chelsea shirt. Get him in that middle with the new kids, mate. We're laughing. We'll worry about that later. Well, let's get this kid through the door. Time's not on our side. We got Liverpool next week. What happens if we don't get Caicedo? Who's our alternative targets? Do we have time? Would the other teams now, because of the fact that we know that we don't have time, would they now up the ante or up the premium on their players now because of the fact that we've been chasing the player? It's all weird. But if Chelsea want him, pay the 100 mil. If not, look elsewhere.
You sounded as if you don't think they'd let him go for anything less than 100 mil.
I don't think so. I don't think they'll budge. I don't think Brighton will budge. They've made it clear. They've made it clear. We're in August now, coach. If they were budged, they would have budged in June. They would have budged in July. We are in August. What are we saying here, man? This league starts in what, less than what have you? We've got Liverpool at home. Our squad is Pochettino's lined out the squad. He's laid out what he wants as well. He's screamed out, we do need more, you know, in attack as well. He's been vocal about it. And Brighton, they don't have to budge for no man. This is their value for the player. This is their asset. He's just signed a new deal. You want to prize him out of that new deal he just signed in January? Go ahead. It's worth 100 million. Pull it up. If you're not pulling it up, let's move on. I'm sure there's other players like Caicedo in this world. There's all like 6 billion players in the world and 6 billion humans in the world. I'm sure we can find another midfielder. But I'm just saying, the club shouldn't waste their time in dragging this on throughout to the end of August. It needs to be done as soon as. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, here's one I still think I strongly believe that they get the deal over the line is how much time they've invested in the deal. I don't think we'll yeah, I don't think we'll walk away from it. But let me catch up with what we have in the chat here. Caicedo is worth 100 million. He's had a good season last season, and the fact that he's Brighton's best midfielder, maybe again a player in my maybe a player in my opinion. That's why Brighton wants 100 million. You could argue actually that they even if it's not their best player, they just again let him be that just for to be sure they get a sizable fee from his so. But that is just my opinion. I'm not too sure really. Big up to you, to Brian Yahayu. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show this morning, aka CFC, Vivel FC. What's the other name? Man, I'm going blank this morning, but I'll be all right in the moment the coffee kicks in. He's not world class, not after one season. You could argue that. Again, like I said before, I've said this 1,000 times. How much we end up paying for Caicedo depends on how much we want him. It's as simple as that. And it's not up to me to decide. I'd do 85 million plus 10 add-ons. Let's see what the club does. Nobody else is offering the money Brighton wants. But rumors are that there's a mystery club which offered something similar to what we offered. To what we offered Brighton. That didn't make sense to me, actually. There's a chance Brighton were the ones that sponsored that report to see if if that will push us to come up pay the asking price for the player, but we didn't do that. I didn't believe that really. He's worth 100 million because we will have his prime years. This is a no-brainer. He's missed one game in a season and a half playing half playing in the Premier League. Okay, let me see. Sorry, I'm struggling a bit this morning. I'm not sure why. Let's see. We are beating against ourselves. Yeah, so that's why, again, one of the reasons why we're not actually going to be way too in a hurry to up our price or up our offer. Caicedo, pay up or move on. Let's see what the club does. And the beautiful game, I like your new DP. Honestly, the gold touch there, it looks beautiful. Big up Coach IBZ. I am sitting this one out. I do want Caicedo as much as he wants us, but on the other hand, every single player we are linked with from now on will have a starting price of 6 figures. Yep. Again, we're known to pay premium. So whenever you see a customer that pays big, you always up the price of the goods you're selling. It's common sense, really. We should have bought him before the Rice to Arsenal deal. That's on us. We moved. Well, let's see. I'm still confident we'll get that deal over the line. And the panelists, apologies, the name slipped my mind. Articulated precisely what I share regarding the Caicedo situation. A terrific analysis. Okay. IBZ is his name. If you don't know, okay. You have to overpay to take the best player away from a team that made Europa League for the first time in history. Wow, some argument right there. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. If Brighton bullies us into spending 100 million, other clubs would do the same. In the future. again, the rest assured that will be the case if we overpay. But I'm thinking maybe we're willing to pay that price, the asking price, but we just don't want to risk paying that because we still have other transfer targets. We don't want a situation where we pay that much money for Caicedo, and when we turn to go sign other players, the signing clubs will be asking, premium from us.
I believe the reason why the premium is as high as it is because this guy just signed a new deal 6 months
Yeah,
ago.
that's part of it. Yeah.
If he didn't sign a new deal 6 months ago, A, he would have been out of the club already, and B, the premium wouldn't have been that high. He's been there, a year before the season? So he's got, 2 years into his contract. He probably signed in 2022, 2021 or so. So what? It would have probably been, 50 to 60 million, if that. They could obviously demand it. He just signed a new deal in 6 months. That deal will run for another 4 years if he stays at Brighton, 4 or 5 years. You're gonna have to buy that out, man. That's it. Simple. It's not even a year old, the contract. In January, it will be a year old, that contract. We're gonna have to buy it out. 100 million. Yeah, all right, cool. Let's see. Let's structure it. If we don't want to pay it all in cash, let's structure it. But if Brighton want 100 million, that's their prerogative. That's their prized asset, man. And I don't see any reason why we should walk away from it.
I don't think we
If
should.
anything,
I don't think we should, but let's see what the club does.
You know what I mean? Let's see what they do anyway. But yeah.
Again, smash the like button, people, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I appreciate you, Bobby. I hope you're all recovering again very well. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. Good morning, Coach. If we don't get Caicedo, do you think Leslie is good enough to fill the gap? I think he is. Honestly.
Listen
Leslie,
to me. Bring his fellow Igbo man, Ndidi, to come and see these things.
That's
are
not my
hard.
argument, really. After all,
These
the guy,
things are not hard,
the guy isn't playing for Nigeria in the first place.
These
Honestly,
things are not hard.
look, he helped Rennes. He helped Rennes achieve a top 4 finish in the French league, which means they will be playing the Champions League and the next edition in the Champions League. That's not easy. And you should watch the kids, watch his highlights, and try to find a full, again, 90 minutes of his game, not just the highlights. You see, he's good at what he does, really. I hope we'll keep him. Even if we sign Caicedo, I hope we'll keep him because it's traditionally a DM, and Caicedo isn't that, in my opinion. But let's see. Yeah, let's see. Maybe that's what's going to happen, but I'm not too sure. Let's see what else we have here. The question arises: why hold back 15 to 20 million for a player who could play a vital role in the club's success and advancement? Here's the question I want to ask you: have you ever heard about the saying? Is it they say, yeah, a saying that says the last little what's it called again? The last little load that broke the camel's back. It could be 10, it could be 5, it could be 2, but it's a lot. I get it. It's easy to say, yeah, the gap, the disparity is just 10, 15, 20 million pounds, but it's a lot, really. Do that 5 times that 20. You say 20 million pounds multiplied by 5. Yeah, you know the answer. That's 10. That's how many actually. 100 actually. Sorry. Am I getting that? Am I losing it here? But you get my point now. So it just it sounds easy, but it's a lot, really. Let's move on from that. Given some previous questionable deals, Caicedo isn't the player to be overly stringent about. Wow, I'm gonna need dictionary whenever I read your comments in the chat. This is not the deal to put our foot down and not pay. I need you to elaborate a bit, Coach. It's about the image that will be attached onto us. Surely we don't want to be a club or have that image that that overpays for players. We've been doing that for a while, and that's how signing clubs see us. I'm surprised at the prices we've gotten the players we've signed this week. No, we haven't overpaid for any of the players we've signed yet. Maybe that's the strategy. Just stall a bit with the And again, don't be in a rush to sign Caicedo so we don't pay a price that when we go to negotiate with the clubs for subsequent transfer targets, they'll be asking for premium. That may well be the case. I just don't know. That's just my theory of the reason why, again, we haven't gotten that deal over the line. Because chance you cannot tell me that if we're not serious about signing him, we'd walk away by now. We would have walked away. I don't see us being there if we're not if we haven't decided that's our man, and we have to do whatever it takes to get that deal over the line. But that's just my opinion. Let me get a bit of what we have in the chat and get Keishan's opinion with regards to the prolonged pursuit of Moises Caicedo. Brighton already sold McAllister. Selling Caicedo now can make things difficult for Brighton to get a replacement for Moises Caicedo. The 100 million price tag is to scare Chelsea to drop interest in Caicedo. I've said this 1,000 times. How much we end up paying for Caicedo if we get the deal over the line depends on how much we want him. It's as simple as that, and they know that. If we're serious about getting him, we'd have to pay. The panelist echoes my sentiments perfectly. Great insight. Let's see what else we have here in today's game. A DM that can get out of pressure is so important for build-up play. He can unlock Enzo and Nkunku. These days, a DM again isn't considered effective if all they do is just break up opposition play. You have to do more to be considered, you can say, to be seen as a modern DM, if that makes sense. Let's see what else we have here. Kishan is on the panel. I'm going to skip his comment. And Jarek Akwai says, I don't think we'll walk away from it because Brighton have rejected 4 bids already and talks are still ongoing. This is think this goes to the very end, like the Enzo deal. Let's see. I wouldn't like it to go to the very end, really. I'd like him to start training with us as soon as possible. Coach, it's 3-4-3 dilemma. Okay, yep, I missed one. Vivel FC, Contender FC, and now Jackson FC. Thank you for reminding me. That report was a Brighton PR, no substance. You could argue that. Brighton are so greedy. In our country, we have a proverb that says, "Whenever you deal with a greedy person, you lose." Now Chelsea have to decide to lose money or lose the player. Here's the thing: I wouldn't call them greedy. It's business for all parties involved. After all, we can Chelsea aren't the ones that took the risk of signing him and then playing him week in week out until you can say he became as good as he is
Abby,
today. Yeah.
Abby,
So we
yeah,
have to
man.
be honest. Yeah, it's business for all parties involved, really. Um, Brighton let McAllister go for peanuts. He had a release clause on his contract. Unlike Moises Caicedo, the question is what was his agent thinking? No exit strategy at all. Just signed a new deal and then made the whole situation worse for the
Yeah,
kid. Because they didn't give him an extension before the World Cup. They are not letting Caicedo go for under 100 million. I'm just going to say this again. I think we get that deal over the line. Kishan, your thoughts on the whole, again, the prolonged pursuit of Moses Caicedo. What do you make of the situation? Do you think we should pay 100 million, or do you think we should walk?
Man, I'm disliking Brighton and Brighton every other day, man. Like they're doing too much. Like I get they value him a lot, but like they're doing way too much, you know? Like if the deal was like probably 90, that's probably the most I go is 90 and some add-ons. Cause
Mhm.
I'm not trying to give these guys exactly what they want. Like I don't care in any type of business. I'm not trying to give someone exactly what they want. I'm trying to, negotiate down more. But they're trying to like. I feel like they're doing this all on purpose with this fake news about another club coming in,
That
and
report is absolute horse doo doo. It doesn't make any sort of sense,
yeah,
really.
they're pulling all the stops so that we can pay the money. And I feel like the longer they wait, the more the fans get impatient and they want the deal forced. So then they're just doing all the stops they could to like force Chelsea's hand so that we can pay the 100 mil. And I don't like how they move, how they're moving like that. Like it's just I'm not really
That's
trying
what
to pay that.
you think we should walk?
Not yet. I mean, you can give him one more offer, like I was saying, the 90 plus maybe 10 in add-ons, and maybe the add-ons be like some, I don't know, win a Ballon d'Or or something like that, you know. But that's probably the most I'll go. Other than that, if they don't take that, then yeah, I'd walk.
Yeah, yeah, but let's see what the club does. Caicedo is not worth 100 million. He's only performed for one season at those heights. Maybe if he were consistent or for 3 seasons like that, yeah, I would say that is the correct price. A lot of people will bring up how long he's played in the Premier League and how well he's played and what he's achieved. Really, we either sign Caicedo or we sign no one and trust Santos and Ugochukwu to marshal that six position. That's another good suggestion there. It's up to the manager to decide whether those two will be enough. Get Zubimendi, Kifrin Turam over one Caicedo. That's another good suggestion there. I'm actually surprised that we're not looking at signing Zubimendi, but you never know. I think the owners, I think they found a way to keep our transfer activities under wraps. We'll only get to know about what players we're looking to sign until it gets closer to until you can say that once they get close to wrapping up the deal, that's when we usually find out these days. And I like it like that. I think we will get him for 90 million plus add-ons, slightly less than the 100 million. There's a reason we're not walking away. I've said that 1,000 times. I think we're getting positive signals, for lack of a better term. We know we can get him for a bit less, and we'll sign him. Let's see. I want to see that happen. Really, still 100 million is out of pockets. We messed up the market by paying 120 million for Enzo, 90 million plus Modric, 62 million. We didn't pay 90 million for Modric. Go find out again. 62 for Cucurella. We made our bed. Now we have to lay on it. Wow. Caicedo should have again put a release clause again on the new contract. That's where I blame his agent. What exactly was he thinking? Was he paid not to suggest an exit strategy be included in the new deal? I just don't know, because it just doesn't make any sort of sense.
I mean,
he practically sold the key to
we're
that
not.
club.
Whoa. We're being so dramatic because we really want this prized asset from another club. So we're just formulating. What do you mean? What was his
No,
agent
but really,
thinking
let's
up
be
about?
honest.
The kid's 21. The
put it
kid's
aside.
21. If we really want him, and if he really is the raved up, he will have another couple seasons, and he will rave on and still have improve on those performances, and then we can still prize him away. The whole of Europe can prize him away. It's only because we want him that
here's where
thinking,
IBC.
oh my
I'm just
God,
saying
Brighton,
this as a
he's
human
there
being.
for the next 50 years of his career. Listen,
No,
if he's
IBC,
as
listen
good
to
as
what
we
I'm
rave
saying.
him
I'm just
on
saying
about
this
him,
as a human being, not because we want him. I'm saying it was a mistake for him to have signed a new contract.
Why not?
Without an exit strategy? It's not good for him.
He doesn't need an exit strategy. He doesn't need.
Apparently, he does, because he's struggling to leave his club right now.
Because he has to go for the price again.
They got him hostage. He doesn't want to be there anymore.
Oh God,
he wants to leave.
Let's okay, go ahead, IBC. What were you saying? Go ahead, let's hear you.
If he wants to leave, he would have kept up a fourth, i.e., handed in a transfer request officially. We're 2 weeks into the season.
Apparently, he still wants a loyalty bonus.
Brighton have quoted how impressed he's been amidst all the transfers surrounding this young 21 years old age. He's been absolutely professional, providing performances in pre-season, ready to be rolled out for Brighton, obviously until we pull up the money to prize him away. But he's not, what's the word? He's not keeping up a fuss about this. He's not doing what,
apparently he did request it. He requested a transfer since January.
He hasn't. He
requested a transfer in January.
No, he signed a new deal in January.
But he requested the transfer at the.
Bro, requesting a transfer and signing a new contract are two different things, bro. You cannot sign a new deal, then request a new transfer.
The request is irrelevant,
bro. He didn't do that, bro. He signed a new deal in January. The transfer, the intensified speculation intensified to Chelsea towards the end of the season, and we are here now. We want this guy. That's no denying. If we want the kid, we pay the money that they are asking.
No, when do you ever go somewhere and then
this is not
when you gotta negotiate? It's business, bro.
Yeah,
it's not like going to the store and buying a bag of groceries. You gotta negotiate.
And that's
you gotta negotiate, bro. You get what you negotiate, not what you deserve.
Let him drop. Let's talk one by one.
Listen to me. They have been doing so for the best part of the whole summer. Bids have been going in, see or no? Bids have been going in and it's been rejected. Brighton have a stance.
So you just give them what they want.
So you put up the money for the stance. You negotiate that stance. See what you can find, but it doesn't look like they're budging. It looks like probably Chelsea are not trying to reach their expectations. You can strategize that 100 mil, like you mentioned before you came on just now. 90 million plus what 10 in add-ons. That's effectively 100 mil, bro. So I don't see Chelsea coming in with that. And if they come in with that and Brighton reject, then we can argue another element towards this deal. But at the moment in time, Brighton's asset is their asset. This is their asking price. If you put up that money, you get it. Wherever it's structured, whether it's, I don't know. I don't sit down on the round tables. I wish I did. But you put up that money, then you prize them away. If you don't, that's our asset. Him signing a new deal was to fend off the Arsenal interest, to say, you know what, I'm committed to this. We've come in with a new interest. He ain't going to sign a new deal. Brighton are not going to offer him a new contract based off our interest. They just offered him one based off Arsenal's interest. So if you want to prize him out of that contract, you're going to have to pay the money, bro. It's just simple math. They just signed a new deal 6 months ago. He's not even a year old.
I agree with you. I'm just again. If you listen to me, I've started looking. I'm looking beyond how much we end up paying or not. We looked beyond that and we started talking about how on earth did his agent not suggest not try? Let's call it what it's called in football. It's again a buyout clause, for instance, to make the whole thing easier on the kid. The kid didn't want to be there from January, and they got him to sign a new contract. Convinced him, from what we're hearing, that if they get a sizable offer or something that measures the offer that Arsenal had on the table for them, that they'd let him go. And that didn't happen. To me, I'm just saying that from the fact that I'm just a human being, not because we want him. It just doesn't make sense. I don't think it's okay, really.
I don't think the narrative.
Yeah.
Just because we want him doesn't mean we spend whatever for him.
Even if he ends up,
what are we doing here? What are we doing?
Then we move away, bro. Then we move away. Time is not on our side, bro.
But I get your point. There's something that you said I like. If he's that serious about moving, he should hand in a transfer request now.
But he ain't done that. Why? Because he's a professional boy. You know these kids, yeah?
Apparently it's because of a loyalty bonus. That's what I heard.
Loyalty bonus? Well, it's apparent, innit? But he ain't officially put in a transfer request, has he? Those are the type of moves that you see when you want to see a player get priced away. Harry Kane, Raheem Sterling did that when he was moving from Liverpool to Man City. Harry Kane probably tried to do some sort of price like that, get out of Tottenham when Man City was calling. It happens, bro. Players do that. Don't turn up to training. If he really wanted to join Chelsea, he won't turn up to Brighton pre-season. He would just say, "Yo, I'm not. You lot sort this out. I don't want to be part of Brighton." But he wants to join Chelsea. He's not denied that. But he probably wants it to be done properly without him being disrespectful to the club he already, given him an opportunity to play top-level Premier League football. He's going into Europe next year. It's business, man. Let's just. I don't know. I don't want us to put narratives because we really want the kid and say, "Oh, the agent is locked him down."
I'm being honest.
No. That's just malpractice, bro. Like you should have had a buyout.
I'm just being honest here. As I told you,
because if you're planning on leaving in the future, you should have a buyout.
I'm just saying it as a human. Beyond the fact that we need him, if we're being truthful, if we're being objective, I don't think they've treated the kid fairly.
A 4-year deal at most. He'll probably have 2 good seasons. You get priced away for 60 M's or 50 M's. What are we talking about?
So why is he saying he wants to come to Chelsea now if he just signed the deal? He should have put the buyout clause, and then we wouldn't have to be dealing with this issue.
Probably the kid,
that's just simple.
He trusted them. He didn't know.
If he's really as good as he says he is, yeah, or we really haven't about him, yeah, he will have another good season again, yeah. And then we'll come back. We'll attack this again next year if we're not going to buy him this year, innit? We'll wait again, innit? He signed a new deal, innit? To God knows when. We'll wait, innit?
Okay, we might wait, or we might find a different defensive midfielder.
I think if he doesn't come to Chelsea now, that's it. He ends up going to.
He might not.
Can you guys give me a few? Just give me a few minutes. And let me catch up with those in the chat because before it's too much.
Bloody hell, guys.
Yeah. Let me just catch up here, IBC, just a few minutes here. Everyone says Caicedo's a season and a half doesn't matter. Enzo was in Europe for 6 months and cost 120 million. Again, come on now. And let me add something to that. Enzo won the World Cup. He was actually the young player of the tournament. Actually, if you're trying to go, bring that argument to the table. But I get your point, really. CAA Mafia. I have to be honest with you. Again, Newman Isaac. I guess you're right. We paid too much for Enzo. You could argue that we had to pay the buyout clause and premium overall. 100 million. They want because they know we again. Okay, we throw such huge money. Sanchez at 25 million makes no sense. Sanchez, I think for that amount, I think it's okay. Caicedo was naive to sign that new contract. I know people blame him for that. I blame his agent. The kid probably didn't know. He was just eager to say, okay, they convinced him to stay one more season, and he agreed, thinking, okay, again, I'll get to leave next season. Let me just do this for them. After all, they gave me the opportunity to play in Europe and all that jazz. But
that writes a very good story, Coach. That writes a very, very good article. What you just said there, you know what? I promise that you're going to let me leave at the end of the season. I'm going to sign a new extension for like 2-3 more years, but I'm going to leave at the end of the season. What a gentleman's contract we're going to agree right there.
It's absolutely
they could have fooled him, bro.
Come on, my guys.
Bro, they outsmarted him. They outsmarted him.
I honestly
don't
think
scheming.
That's okay in my opinion, but it's not for me to judge.
Look, I know what you're saying. It's really not that it's really not as hard as your conspiracy theory, the way you guys are pulling out there. We put it off. They've got a value for the kid. 100 million, yeah? We'll pay it. Well, let's say we pay 80 plus 20, or 70 plus 30, or 50 plus 50 if we're lucky, or 90 plus 10, whatever, or straight cash. That is the value, bro. Let's pay it, bro. I don't. If we really want the kid, let's pay it. But it's not an over. I really don't believe it's an overvalue. I really don't. Okay. I really don't think.
My concern is not the value. His valuation at this moment. I'm just seeing things as a human being. I don't think, if in fact they promised him they were going to let him go, if any club comes in with a bid that measures what Arsenal had on the table for him, or that they rejected, that they'd let him go. If in fact that's the case, then it's not okay. Honestly,
well, we don't know.
We don't know if there's any truth to that.
Because we don't know.
There's no way to confirm. So let me just catch up with the chat so we can move on to the next item. Why not link with Tyler Adams? Rumors are that he's one of the players being considered as the alternative. Coach, do we know who Brighton are looking at to replace Moises Caicedo? Nope, we haven't heard anything. Rumors are they were looking at Leslie Gochik, and now we've signed him. But there's no way to confirm if that's in fact, fact, or maybe all just horse doo-doo, in my opinion. And Chriso Norton, I heard Norton. I heard Poch said Starling is for sale. For sale, I didn't hear anything. I haven't seen anything to that effect. We just got 13 million pounds from Newcastle. Just use that for Caicedo and move on. It's actually not that simple. Paredes is 29 years of age. To me, let's try and get younger talent. Have you not heard the manager say he wants experience? If we're really considering signing Leandro Paredes, it simply means that we're going for him because he's experienced, not because of his age. I get it. It's easy. People use experience and age interchangeably sometimes, and it can be confusing. You can be 22 and be very experienced, if that makes sense. But if we're going for him, he's an experienced player. Not minding that he's 29. He's been playing for a while, and he's a good DM, actually. Has got some good passing range in him, but I have a few questions with regards to his pace and all that. But if the club wants him, who am I to blow against the wind? I'm just going to move on from that. Adams cannot perform well for us. I think he will, but he's injured right now. That was Kishan told us. We have Gallagher DM King. We don't need a Caicedo anymore. Yeah, good one right there.
Okay.
Big up to you too, JC. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you joining. Brighton are secretive about a Caicedo's replacement because a CFC have been buying every replacement they look at. You could argue that. But Caicedo is second in tackles won this season for DMs and has 90% pass completion rate. That's an excellent start, really. Of all again, off of pressure, he's elite in both sides of the game, and it's only 21. And
isn't
it's
Adams
versatile
number
too.
one in that? I'm pretty sure
Sorry?
Tyler Adams is number one in tackles won.
Oh, is he?
I'm
Actually,
pretty sure.
yeah. So let's see if we can. But he's injured right now. But I think the club's priority is Caicedo, and I still strongly believe that we'll get that deal over the line. IBZ stands out as the most rational panelist. Just go away, Jerry Z. Did he pay you? I've encountered on your show. It's a pleasure to listen to someone who diligently combines reason, logic,
Damn,
and
he's rotting.
insightful analysis. Wow, wow!
You got a cheerleader, my boy.
The envelope is in the mail.
Stop
Expected
hitting
very
on my
soon.
guy Jersey. God bless you this Friday morning. You know, any endeavor you're going to indulge in, guy, it will be turned into a positive. Any indulgent thing you will turn into a W, my brother.
Yeah, let's see what else we have here. We overpaid for Fofana, Kuku, Mudryk, Enzo. Again, what's stopping us from doing that for Caicedo as well? Here's the thing. So because we overpaid for those people you mentioned, we should continue overpaying. Your own. Yeah, go ahead.
See, this is how it goes. People get impatient and just like, oh, pay the money, and then we're overpaying for all these players, and then they don't perform. And it's like, oh my God, we spent this much on a player. Like, why? When is it gonna stop? When is this gonna stop?
Was this Brighton's stance from the beginning? I believe this was Brighton's stance from the beginning. Was it Brighton's stance from the beginning, or do you feel it changed?
Oh, it definitely changed over time. Because January they weren't talking about this amount.
No, I'm talking from the summer. January he signed a new deal. Forget about that. Because January his value would have been less than what we're seeing now.
He's around 80, 85 mil, man.
They rejected 70 million bid from Arsenal. That was when at that time I knew, and we did talk about that on this show, saying once we go back, we're probably going to pay north of that, and it actually beyond north of that, because we went in with 80 and they rejected it. So yeah. And they're watching the market too. Well, Declan Rice went for 105. What do you think they do?
Yeah, but Rice is different. Rice is English. He's a captain, and he won somewhere, even though it's Confederation, whatever. Like he has a bad history of competing at this level. You know, Caicedo, even though I think he could be better than Rice, he's only been here for one season, so it's kind of different.
Yeah, big up to you, God the Frogs. Always nice to see you,
especially because he's English.
Yeah, I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. Let me catch up with what we have in the chat right here. I think I'll probably end up scrolling to the very bottom because there's too many to catch up with here. God of Frogs, I appreciate you joining. Coachila, is Sterling expecting what? He is finding it hard to run or jog. I'm not sure what to mean. I understand what you're saying there, but I'm not going to elaborate. If Poch starts Sterling, we'll lose all respect for him. I don't think I'm not going to get into that argument right now. If we give them 100 million, they will only get 80. Caicedo's our previous club. Yep, that's the truth. We'll get 20 million. I don't blame them for wanting more. And you could argue we had the same issue with that of Enzo's case. Because his club you say had to get some percentage from the you could say whatever we pay to Benfica. Hi coach, hi to you too. I hope you're doing well, Joyce. I appreciate you joining. People, I'm going to scroll to the very bottom. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get everything you have in the chat right now. There's just too many, and we're not using what's it called again? Is it delayed mode? I've forgotten the term for it. I am getting sick and fed up of the whole situation. We created this mess by dragging our feet this long. Let's seal the move and not make the same blunder. I think we get the deal over the line. How much we'll end up paying, I honestly do not know. Caicedo is a top 4 DM in the Premier League, and the ones ahead of him are over 24. Okay. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Eric Cohn, nice to see you. I appreciate Cohn. I appreciate you joining the show. Let me see. Is there anybody there in the chat that I haven't said hello to? Let me see. Okay. You need to take out your cards. Brighton is making our panelists chat go nuts. Yeah, it's again. It's a serious topic, really. Brighton is holding out for that much because his former club has 20%. Yep, we've addressed that. Big up to you too. I hope you're doing well, Blue Potch. And let's see anybody that I haven't said hello to here. Chelsea have signed Axel from Monaco. Yep, we'll talk about that in a bit. An emergency trip to Ecuador until further notice may do the trick. You mean he should go on strike? Maybe. He may well get into trouble if he does that. That is just my opinion. Let's see. Okay, I'm not reading that one because of the name calling there. But the owners
What's wrong?
are loaning Caicedo to the championship again. We need to loan him to a top club. We need to stop pretending that these owners know what they're doing. I'm not going to go to the extent of calling them the idiots.
That makes no sense,
to your
bro.
opinion.
That
How
don't make
about,
sense.
do you know that there's that possibility that Caicedo himself may well be the one that requests that suggests he go on loan to the championship? I'm guessing Leicester City. Yeah,
that's a good loan move for him.
Yeah, and the player has a say with regards to where he goes. It's not just the club. The club may be suggesting he go on loan to a Premier League club, and he says he wants to go to a championship club. So you don't know. So we just have to be cautious. Again, not just jump to conclusions like that. Let's see. Ecuador is too far. Just moving to London will be enough. Okay. We have Bobby in the house. Let's see. I find the EPL or FA should get a price regulator cost. No way he is 100 million, and things will be better. Good luck again in getting the FA to implement such rule. What will make it even more ironic is if we sign a player from Leeds that got Leeds down into the championship.
What? But I bet he wants Lavia.
For one of our first 11s. Wow. Some argument right there, but that's by the way people.
I'm sick, bro. I bet he wants Romeo Lavia though. I bet he's down to get Onana from Everton. But like people, it's just about names.
You're not wrong, bro, Sean. People just pick and choose, innit?
They always pick and choose.
It's because Lavia's a highly rated guy. That's why they're saying, "Oh yeah, they'll take it." But if we now mention Wilfred Ndidi or Tyler Adams, nah, man, we don't want it. Why would you want to get a relegated guy? Everyone just take a tall sip and shut the hell up.
Yeah. Let's hear you, Bobby. I appreciate you finding the time to join. What do you think the club should do? Walk away or pay the money and get the deal over the line?
You mean Caicedo?
Yeah, but more importantly, big up to you. I hope you're well.
Yeah, big up, guys. I mean, Caicedo is silly now, isn't it? I mean, I understand why the club tried to make it cheaper. I understand how we are where we are. But pay the money, get it over the line. I mean, Arsenal... Are
you there, Bobby?
Are you there?
Yeah, we're here.
I had a call. You. Sorry, I had a call coming in trying to disturb my discussion with you. So yeah, I mean, Arsenal sold Declan Rice. They didn't even have a buyout. They just went for it, and now nobody's even talking of the 105 million for Declan Rice. I know there's always the anti-Chelsea bias that everybody likes to find something to point a finger at Chelsea about. Meanwhile, ignoring the fact that Man City still have 115 outstanding financial charges. They haven't answered one, and everybody's pretending that nothing is wrong and they can go ahead and be spending 100 million, 90 million on players. However, I digress, but I've promised I will always put that in whenever I'm talking about anything, because I think that is shambolic, because Chelsea were given a two window transfer ban just for one charge. Anyway, I don't want to digress too much. But Caicedo, yes, pay the money, get the player. We're in a position now where we have to. I mean, we've been chasing this guy for more than 6 weeks. We need him. You know, these people pretending, oh, there are alternatives. No, there aren't. At this point in time, in the football market for the Premier League and for Chelsea's needs, there really is nobody else. Let's not pretend. We've backed ourselves into a corner. He's created it by signing the silly 4-year extension just for a few peanuts extra money. They've done the trick. They tricked him. They tricked everybody. They hold the cards, pay and walk. You know, the longer it drags, the more we're looking silly, the more clumsy the whole thing looks. You know, Arsenal have paid 105 million straight away for Declan Rice. Nobody even talks about it anymore at all. He's there with them in their pre-season, and you know, he's just slipped under the radar. So yes, we've made a big stink of Caicedo, but pay him. I can assure you, if they pay and he comes to the club and he does what we want him to do, and we hope he does, it will soon be a forgotten issue. People are talking about Tyler Adams. I kind of looked into that. Number one, Tyler Adams cannot be instead of Caicedo. Definitely not. He would be inclusive of Caicedo. However, having said that, the guy is injured. No wonder he sat there with 20 million and nobody's coming near him. And I think we've had enough of injured players, players with bidding in and around them. I mean, we don't even know. I mean, this injury, apparently, he won't even be back in contention till towards the end of September. So it must be quite serious. So why do we want to go there? We've got enough in our hands, probably having to get a injured or chronic injury player in Vlahovic, maybe. So we don't need any more of this. I think if there is an alternative we should be looking at to complement Caicedo, it should be somebody else other than Tyler Adams, to be honest. He may have been good before his injury, but after his injury, it is a risk. And I don't think a risk we should take, especially where there are alternatives. And I know people hate to hear this, but in our Chelsea ranks, we already have. We just don't like to admit when maybe we've given a bit of a wrong shout, or we've been a bit too judgmental of a player. Some people will take that hill and die on it regardless, and I think that's just ridiculous. If I give a wrong call for a player, I'm always too happy to say it was a wrong call, especially if they're ripping up trees for Chelsea, just like Thiago Silva. He was a player I did not want, but look at that. Now to this day, I'm like, boy, I'm glad nobody listened to me. However, there have been many I have been right with, vis-a-vis Sterling and Lukaku, but I don't beat my chest because I was right. I get annoyed because they couldn't prove me wrong. So Gallagher has been perhaps apart from Jackson, he's been the revelation of the preseason. He did very well. Why can't people admit it? He has improved tremendously, and he is a very, very, very useful player. Now, does he have his deficiencies? Yes, he's not a technical genius like many other players, but is he helpful? Is he functional to the team? Absolutely. And at this point in time, where we don't have the midfielder or midfielders that we're looking for me, he starts against Liverpool. He's that effective. But some people would rather die than admit that guy has been doing the business. And if anything, what preseason has shown us is that Enzo, who we've paid over 100 million for, and rightly so in my opinion, is not a defensive midfielder. He's not a ball winner. He is the person that's there with the regista, if I may use your term, coach, regista type role, which is his. He's the sort of Fabregas reincarnate, and he doesn't really do that physical side of the game well, and he needs to work on his finishing. Fine, he's a kid. He's there to do that. But Gallagher, top third, excellent. He scores goals. Bottom third, he's learning to defend. Ball distribution, he's much improved. Technical skills, not quite there. Not so great on the press, but he helps the team no end, especially at this point where we are deficient in the middle of the park. He's been making a difference, and I think it's time we just give him the credit he's due. Honestly, while we're waiting, he's a good stopgap, to be honest.
All right, all right. Thank you, Bobby. This says, what wages have we offered Moises Caicedo? I don't know. All we've heard is that we've agreed personal terms with them. That's just that. And beyond that, people, I'm going to scroll to the very bottom. We have so much in the chat
He's
here.
going to earn more than the 15K a week he's getting at Brighton. That's for
Most
sure.
likely. Oh,
He's probably
definitely,
going to
so
get
to speak.
about 80 to 100, which is an astronomical increase for him.
Yeah, definitely. Jakad says Chelsea couldn't defeat a strong teams this preseason. Really convincing wins were against Wrexham and Fulham. Draw against Dortmund, Newcastle, and 11. Okay, right now we're talking about Moises Caicedo. Until we switch a topic, I think we'll get to that in a bit. 1-1 was the score yesterday. Okay, Coach Jesse is trying to get the panelists booked by waving imaginary cards at you. Isn't that an automatic yellow? And isn't the serving a ban already? You can argue that. Sorry, Bobby, go ahead.
Please, let me, I don't want to interrupt, but please, let's be truthful. Apart from before the red card where Brighton showed their longevity of togetherness and were better than us for large parts of the game, not all of it, large parts. Wrexham, forget Wrexham, they were totally outplayed. We outplayed Newcastle, we should have beaten them, and we certainly outplayed Fulham. So I don't know what this guy is talking about. Even Dortmund, we outplayed Dortmund and we should have beaten them. So saying that, we kind of scraped through the preseason is extremely disingenuous. And just an example of what we constantly get in our Chelsea spaces. People that just come on to detract. They're not objective. And I don't know what games they were watching, but they were not watching Chelsea in preseason. That's for sure.
All right, thank you, Bobby. Let me this time get through again. I've skipped quite a lot of comments there, and apologies to you all. I cannot get everything in the chat, but I can assure you once we get to the very bottom, I will try the best I can to get your subsequent contributions in the chat. Big up to you too, the Prince. I appreciate you joining today. I hope you're well. And Tayo, hey, Bobby, at what point do you walk away? What if Brighton rejects our 100 million? So, Bobby, this is a good question to answer here, since we're still discussing Moises Caicedo.
Yeah, that is a very good question. If Brighton reject 100 million, then to me, that just says they don't want to sell him and they're going to keep playing silly buggers. I mean, 100 million, I think, is more than enough.
And you think we should go up to 100 million?
I think there are ways we can do it. Unfortunately, we were not able to camouflage it with the Robert Sanchez deal. But I'm hopeful that because we were able to do a deal with Robert Sanchez, it means we're still able to negotiate with Brighton. And
the fact we're still talking, we're still discussing the Caicedo deal.
It's business, and it always has been. Even the fact that they're being silly with the money for Caicedo is business. They're in a position to be silly. That's why I'm not too angry with them about it. I'm more angry with Caicedo's agents. But however, if we say, for example, Brighton, here's 95 million. We give you 5 million in add-ons. That is a fair deal. And that's 100 million already. And then if they reject it, I would ask why. Why are you rejecting? What do you want? Now, if they turn around and say, we want 105, like Declan Rice, I would say, okay, let's really, really think about it. But if they turn around and say, we want 110, I would walk away because it's just going up and up and up and up and up. the next thing they'll say, oh, we want 150. The sad thing about walking away is that there's always going to be somebody, an injury away, a bad result away, that's going to turn around and pay it. But however, that's not our business. Then I will say, okay, try and get somebody through our own ranks, which we have and we can do, and look for an alternative. Yeah, they may not be immediately like him, but we can build them up to him. So, for example, if we keep back somebody, it's just an example. I don't know if we keep back a specialist like Leslie Ugochukwu. He's 19, but he can do a good job in the
But
DM role.
he's played.
And
He's got enough experience to be part of the team, if you ask me.
exactly, and then maybe decide, okay, let's go back for Alvarez. We've kind of compensated for that position without getting the person we want. Now that's where I will look at if Brighton get that silly and turn their nose up at 100 million. I think that would be going too far. And whoever comes afterwards and pays it, well, good luck to them. There's a limit to how many times your girlfriend can slap you in the face and you can turn around and tell her, listen, love, I ain't taking this. Get out the door.
But what a good one there. Let's see,
Funny,
please. Why on earth we cannot try Chomeni? I learned that Manchester United are going for him. Good luck getting Chomeni from Real Madrid. They have agent players in that department, and they're going to let Chomeni go. Lukaku plus 110 million for Victor Osimhen will be a way to go. Not Vlahovic. Wow. Lukaku plus 110 million. Okay. Tyler Adams and Leslie Ugochukwu are enough. In your opinion, Mark and Neum, if Caicedo is 100 million, Chomeni will be 120 plus. We crying to pay 100 million, and you think we can drop 120 again? I don't think we can. Some people who yap on about Premier League experience being some sort of a barometer to judge a talent worth of a player will likely forget about the drink water. Yeah, drink wine, I call him. One season in the Premier League gets them relegated. Let's spend 50s. Yep, God of Frogs, that's a nice one right there. Bobby, it's just one good game. Let us again hope Gallagher keeps up the standard. But I want to move on from the Gallagher talk right now.
It's not one good game. It's not. It's 5 games of the preseason. He played more than anybody else, and he has shown staggering improvement under Pochettino. Admit it. And, you might hate somebody, but if they merit something through their performances, I mean, it's so disingenuous not to say that. Gallagher has done well. Is he the perfect player? No. Has he shown improvement? Absolutely. Has he been efficient for the team? The truth is he has. And I don't like all this. It almost turns out to be a sort of targeted hatred towards a player where you can't see anything right they do. Look, when Lukaku came to Chelsea, I never wanted him. Coach knows we didn't want this guy. He came in and then he scored that goal against Arsenal. We said, right, he's in a Chelsea shirt. Let's get behind him. And he did very well in that game. And we were hopeful. Then he did well and scored a goal against Aston Villa. We were like, right, okay, maybe this guy's getting somewhere. We were giving him his plaudits. Then he went back to being that lazy Lukaku that we all know, got injured, and then Tuchel started dropping him. And no matter how much I may be against the player initially, if they perform and they merit it, I will praise them. Pochettino, on this very channel, I came after this guy because of his Spurs background. I did not want him for dust. I wanted Nagelsmann. I wanted Hansi Flick. Anything but Pochettino. He's come in and he's shown me, wow, there's something about him. And I'm totally behind him. I'm not going to turn around and be saying, oh, it's only pre-season. Oh, it's only one game. That's disingenuous. And we need to stop that about Gallagher.
All right. Walk away from the deal. Brighton have a fleet again. have fleeced us enough already. They've milked us enough, for lack of, again, there are so many ways to put it, really. But I agree with you. But I won't go to the extent of walking away right now. We shouldn't just overpay. How much we'll be overpaying, I honestly do not know. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. 10 more likes to get it to 100. Let's make it happen. And for those of you that are watching, but for one reason or the other, not able to participate in the chat, we appreciate you. Just know that you provide great value also. But if you can do us one tiny bit of favor, take a second, drop a like on the stream for us. We'd really appreciate that. Chelsea FC should get Caicedo of 100 million and stop hanging around. After all, they wouldn't pay much again in subsequent seasons. Wow, some way to put it, but keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. I appreciate you all. Let's see what else we have here. Lewis Hall might be headed to Palace on loan. I'd rather, again, him go out on loan than us, keeping him and not getting game time again, enough game time for his development. If Caicedo helps us get back into Champions League, we will not care. Nobody will care about 100 million. But the question is,
how about
again,
this, Coach? How about this? Lewis Hall to Palace on loan. I know he'll rip up trees there. And going the other way, Michael Olise to Chelsea plus a little fee.
That would be that would be a good business.
Yeah.
That would be a good business. But let's see. Not gonna lie, Gallagher and Sanchez have been way more helpful than Enzo. Wow. Bobby, again, is a smooth talker, but I can tell you, no top team with a goal of winning a title will ever depend on Gallagher. He hasn't asked you to depend on him. He hasn't actually depended on him, and I don't want us to dwell on that topic. Let's move on from it.
Can I just respond? It's not that I'm dwelling on it, but I must respond. Do you know the beauty of what the scouting department and the directors have done this summer? The beautiful thing about what Chelsea are doing now is what these fans have always been asking for. We're scouting players. We're getting unknowns. We are making our own teams and making our own stars. All these people out that Gallagher never, oh, he will never be this, he'll never be that, he'll never be this, that, and the other. I remember there was a very famous person, several of them, who have become world-renowned for either their inventions or things that they have done that have changed the course of humanity, that when they started out, the first thing people told them was that they will never be. We've had footballers who went to clubs and were rejected. Either they were told, oh, you're too small, oh, you'll never be good enough. It happened to Xavi Fernandez at Barcelona. It happened to the great Lionel Messi himself before he went to Barcelona. It happened to so many fantastic players. They were told, oh, you will never be. And then they became. All this attack on Gallagher is unfair. I don't know if he will ever be anything. But what I do know is that he's shown us fantastic improvement. He has been efficient for the team. He's been important to the team. The manager believes in him. So who are we now, because of our own sentiment, to turn against him? That's just my point about this whole issue.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Let's go through this. We have some other items lined up that we want to address. Caicedo made a run for his own back. He signed recently a new contract at Brighton. He stuffed himself. If he wasn't committed to Brighton, he shouldn't have extended his contract. They convinced him to do so. Remember, this kid is just 21. But it doesn't, again, it's not okay that his agent didn't ask that they insert again a buyout clause on that contract. That's why he is suffering right now, if in fact he is suffering. Now we are linked with Paradise and Tyler. Madness. 100 million is a lot for Caicedo, but I reckon we will do it. I think we end up getting that deal over the line. That's how I see it. That speech from Bobby is well articulated. Eugene, okay, thank you so much for that. Okay, if you can come onto the panel and let what is said. Okay, say Bobby, do you still think that Chelsea is going to defeat Liverpool in the first game? I was just saying, don't get overwhelmed with a couple of wins in preseason. He was the first to say that. Yeah, it's just preseason. Yeah, so if you've been
Liverpool
paying
need a
attention,
DM and a center back.
yeah, so we still, again, Bobby won't tell you we will certainly beat Liverpool. He said it after the last preseason game. It's just preseason. Hopefully, again, everything we witness during the preseason translates to the league proper. I hope to the season proper maybe. Caicedo signed the new contract to go from 15K wage to 60K. So they knew exactly how to get him to put pen to paper for a new contract. It's about money. That's a huge increase. Who in their right minds wouldn't do that? You're just saying anything. We're not just saying anything. We understand they got him to put pen to paper for a new contract, and they gave him a pay rise, which again he signed without thinking about an exit strategy. Now he's stuck. If he had a buyout clause, the rest assured we would have paid it right now. And you can say, go ahead and take the deal over the line. Go ahead, Bobby.
He's trapped himself because Brighton are paying him peanuts. He's earning 15K a week. If he comes to Chelsea, he's earning 3 times that. And they will not. They've contracted him to accept that for the next 4 years. And talking about pre-season, honestly, it is better to have a good pre-season and give yourself a chance based on that to build on and have a good season than to have a bad pre-season like we did last season and you have no chance of a good season. So a pre-season is not the be-all and end-all, of course not. But it's a barometer. It's something that says, okay, we've got our conditioning, we've managed to rehearse a few moves. Now let's try and take that into a season and see where it gets us. We're a new team. Most of those players haven't played with each other before. So how can we possibly sit here and say, oh, we're going to beat Liverpool and all that? We can't say that. We're just giving ourselves a good chance and let's see what happens on the day.
Yeah, just quickly, I think I'm gonna get Tobeho. I totally forgot that he's there. Apologies. You see how the conversation has been going. Tobeho, if you're still there, this one says again, absolutely no one else is negotiating with Brighton. One more bid of £87 million plus 5 million in add-ons, then we walk away. Let's see what happens. I think we end up paying again something. Let's say close to 100 million or even 100 million plus. I'm not too sure, but that's just my opinion. Tobeho, if you're still there, your opinion on this whole, you can say prolonged pursuit of Moises Caicedo. What do you make of it? What do you think happens? Do you think we should walk away, or do you think we should just pay the money? Like a lot of Chelsea fans I've seen say, yeah, after all, it's not coming from my wallet. But I don't think that's okay, really. But go ahead, Tobeho.
Yeah, big up, guys. How are you?
I'm big up to you, brother. I can't complain.
Okay, my
Sorry, I spoke so much, but I had a lot to get off my chest.
no
Yeah,
problem,
you
Bob.
okay now, or Bobby? Bobby, you think there's some remnants there?
Give it time. I know I'll come back with something.
Go ahead, Tobeho.
Yeah, my opinion with the Moises Caicedo deal is this: it's either we pay the money, and then if we walk away, we better have a better alternative for Moises Caicedo. And also, we wasted so many time on this deal to walk away. So it will be foolish of us to walk away if we don't have a better deal. So hopefully they know what they're doing. I trust them. As I said before, I trust them. So let's wait and see. And also, I respect Brighton's opinions because they know they have the ball in their court. Mrs. Casado's agency messed up everything. They got them where they want. So hopefully this is gonna get done soon. I'm so tired of this. We're all tired, and then now we are going to face Liverpool on the weekend. So hopefully we get it done before, if not before end of the transfer window. But let's wait and see, guys.
So you're not too sure what you want us to do now. You're not too sure whether you want us to walk away or whether you want us to pay and get the deal over the line.
It, if okay, let me give you my other option B. My option B, I always say this. I know some fans don't rate this guy. It's okay. It's your own opinion, but I think we lack height. So I wouldn't mind getting Mamadou or Amadou Onana
I'm gonna do
from.
the Everton guy.
Yes, I like him, and then he's still young. He have much potential to develop. I'm so tired of short defensive midfielder. I like Matic, the way he protect us, our defense. We couldn't leak anything. So hopefully, if we don't buy Moses Caicedo, let's go at Everton and pay the money. That's it.
All right, let's see what happens. I'll still come back to you in a bit. Absolutely no one else is negotiating with Brighton. One more bit. I think I've read that one. It's hard to say. Casado's last season is far better than. Okay, we're not doing that comparison right now. I don't want that argument. And Chriso Norton says that it would be very shameful. 100 million for Enzo. 100 million for Caicedo and 65 million for Nkunku. And come on, a fifth. And come fifth, that would be okay. We'd spend all that money and finish fifth. That would be a shameful to have the most expensive midfield for that. Okay, that's a good argument right there. People don't have again. People don't have Mount and Havertz now. So Gallagher is the next one off of the agenda, Mertens. You could argue that. Okay, Bobby Beats about again ambition. If Chelsea is ambitious to win big things, Gallagher is not the player to be in that position. Okay, that's just your opinion too. I want Poch after TT. I guess we needed to suffer to appreciate him. Maybe that was what that needed to happen for us to learn that we made a mistake, that we should have gone for Poch, but he's here now. Coach, you have hijacked all the monitors from our VAR. Okay, go away now from our VAR room, and this is creating difficulties in dishing out a proper yellow card. Wow. Okay, some argument Gallagher played the most minutes because he is auditioning for Tottenham and West Ham. I don't know if that's the case with the team we have now. I would be glad if we come seventh and don't buy anyone else for major money. All right. It looks like it's about time we switch the topics here. So I'm going to share the link in the chat. But here's the thing. If you want to come onto the panel, you have to be on camera because I don't know you. We've had issues with people coming on. You can say turning loud X-rated sounds from something like that. And you got two of my friends' channels shut down. It took them a while to get it back. So I don't want to risk that today. But keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go a long way. Also, Bobby, I'm surprised when you use disingenuous. Use disingenuous when you are defending Gallagher. But I listen to you talk down Gen 5. I never see anything good about him. Never say anything good about him. That's again,
Yeah,
our
because
opinions differ.
J5 wasn't doing well. When somebody has done well and you keep saying that they are no good, then that is disingenuous. You can't keep putting somebody down when they're performing well and when they've shown improvement. That's wrong. It's not fair. And that's why I stand. Yes, I admit I do like Gallagher. I always have done. I like his attitude. I've seen him as a youngster at Chelsea, but even my bias for him does not cloud my judgment. And when I see him doing well, I will spring to his defense for sure, because a lot of his criticism is unfair criticism and it's agenda driven. It's not objective at all.
All right, let's move on from that. I think I'm going to be cautious what I read right now. Big up, Coachila. Big up to you, to Prince Mohave. Hope you are good. Caicedo is 100 million. Let's walk away. It's not or is. I'm not sure. Let's walk away. We cannot sign. We can sign Edson Alvarez and Amrabat with this 100 million. Let's see what else have I said. Hello to Ed. Okay, it's kept me tracks. I haven't seen you in a while. It's been a while indeed. Bobby, you're telling me again, you're telling the truth. I never liked Connor, but that guy has worked. He's worked so hard and worked his way into Chelsea's team and deserves it. Okay. All saying again, hard work pays off. Okay. Coach, straight from VAR, please dish out a red card to anyone saying bad about Gallagher. Do not read those comments because the punishment we receive after that is heavy. I'm gonna be cautious again.
No, coach, please. Just like you always say, everybody has an
You're
opinion.
entitled to your opinion, yeah, I get it. But I'm just gonna try avoid back and forth because we have topics to address here.
But where I
Uh-huh.
believe we're here because when people have an opinion that is nonsensical and not objective, I think we're entitled to call it out. We're not being nasty. We're just trying to be balanced.
Here, Bobby.
Yep, we're here to have a discussion and come to sensible conclusions. Well, again, all the I can here's where we operate here. We'll find a report, we'll dissect and analyze the report, and come to a sensible conclusion. It's as simple as that, and that's why everybody's opinion matters. And whatever you're presenting here, whether on the panel or in the comments, as long as you don't back it up with numbers and facts, it's opinion. So, and we are all entitled to our respective opinions. But that's, by the way, let's move on from this particular topic. I'm going to say hello to my bro, Eddie. According to the Sun, the Blues are about to make a bid in the region of 90 million pounds for the midfielder to try and bring this long-running saga to a close. Yeah, I think that's it. I think beyond that, we're not going to go back again. That's what I feel. 90 is good, but let's see what they do. Again, Eugene, I did find out that somebody blocked you. Why? I did not
90
know.
plus add-ons will do it, coach.
Yeah,
Honestly.
so probably you're thinking Adams will take it up to 100.
I think so. Because they're so adamant at 100, if we do 90, 95, and with the rest add-ons, I think that's a medium ground that should tempt them.
Okay, this says 100 million for this Caicedo is a crime. And Eugene, by the way, I was telling you somebody blocked you. While I honestly do not know, but I checked. I haven't seen you a while, and I was concerned, and I was asking what happened. And then I had to go check it. You were again blocked by who? I don't know. There's nowhere to tell who did that. Apologies for that. But more importantly, I hope you're doing well. And AD, thank you for that update. I appreciate that. Let's see. The deal will happen. Chelsea always pay. And nice to see you, Mr. D. I appreciate you joining. 40 million for Caicedo is a crime, especially 100 million. Wow. Get Paredes for one season and then take our time to again scout for a very good player and bring that player in. Not good enough. Let's see anything else to address here. Put Reece James in the middle. Some people are suggesting that, but I've always argued we don't have the luxury to experiment. We need to hit the ground running. And again, playing Reece James in the middle because he hasn't played there for a while. Definitely an experiment, in my opinion. Abdullahi Jafta, let's forget about Caicedo and move on. There's another better Caicedo out there that will do better for us. Wow. Talents across the globe. Caicedo isn't the only player in the world. Peter Pan, lots of us, again, some Chelsea fans don't want the club to overpay. So Manchester United missing out on Mikel Obi stopped United from succeeding. It did. But again, at the point you can argue they had other players. But right now we don't have too many. We need reinforcements in the midfield area. We want to sell Gallagher for money. We can make us for money we can make. So that's why this guy play. Okay, that's a bit jumbled up. I'm not too sure. We have to switch topics now. I will try the best I can to get your subsequent contributions in the chat. Sir Gallagher. Okay, I'm gonna move on from that. And he says he's not for us. All he does is pass the ball, no skills, and cannot drive forward. Okay, that's just your opinion right there. Okay, no panel should take it personally. It's about opinion. Yep, we all agree, and I agree. It's Bobby's opinion too. I'm just here's the thing. Bobby had to say what he said. His last statement because I was trying to avoid back and forth so that we can move on to other items we have lined up. You know how we operate here. You're an OG here, Phil. So you should know your opinion again not an issue at all. So let's move on from that particular topic. Let's get other items we have lined up and address them as we go because we have quite a lot lined up, really. Okay, let's go here. The first item here is a signing of official Chelsea confirmed. Okay, official and confirmed. Axel Disasi joins Chelsea on 45 million on a 45 million euros deal from AS Monaco, signed and sealed, contract valid until June 2029. And if you've heard people talk about him on Twitter or whatever social media platform you prefer, Instagram and all that, what they talk about the most is the fact that he hardly gets injured. He has never been injured, out with an injury from Monaco. Correct me if I'm wrong. Kishan, are you well aware with that? His injury record.
No, I'm not.
But you've heard that he's never been injured. Again, been out for injury. Been out injured for a while.
Who, Disasi?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I barely even know about this guy, to be honest.
Yeah, I think I've heard something to that effect that he hardly gets injured and he has never missed a single game due to injury from Monaco. But again, I'm happy to hear that. But we'll look at this as statistics in a bit. Okay, enough of sell. We're moving on from that. I am watching Enzo. Don't look very good in the preseason games. Hope he does better from now on. Starling must go. Here's the thing. I think Bobby alluded to that the other day when we talked about him. Enzo has been playing football from one competition to the other, season after season. Even Mauricio Pochettino, even before he started work proper, before the preseason kicked off proper, he talked about Enzo needing a break. He needs some break. Honestly, believe me, there's a chance again. You can say he's mentally tired at this point and needs a bit of a break to recover fully. IBC, you wanted to say something?
No, it's me.
Oh, go ahead, brother.
Actually, Disasi never had an injury. He just missed 2 games due to coronavirus. That's it. I've just checked now.
That's something else for us Chelsea fans. Usually, when a player gets injured, when they are on the verge of joining us, that's when we know that person is a Chelsea player through and through. Go ahead.
Until they make it to the Premier League, and the demands of the league just puts their legs into wear and tear. Yeah, man, it's a good thing that we haven't got an injury-prone player. It's a good thing. It's a good news.
But it's a good thing, that he hasn't missed a single game due to injury.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, man. I'm hopefully that he can settle in. I think I saw a little bit of a quote of his opening message saying he understands the aggressiveness and the intensity, and he's ready to match it. And you know what? At the age of 24, 25, I think he's well primed to suit the Premier League.
To be the one to lead the back line for us.
Well, I wouldn't go as far as that. I mean, everyone knows their role. I think everyone's put their hopes on Thiago Silva still in that defense, which is beyond me. I mean, he's like 40, isn't he? But yeah,
but he played like he's 22 the last preseason game, really.
Yeah. With that being said, I still won't put I don't want to put my burden on him. I think we need to look at the transition away from a certain Thiago Silva and look into the new generation, like this new kid, Axel Diassi and Benoit Badiashile, Wesley Fofana when he's fit, Levi Colwill. Those are the future. So yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah, I'm happy too. You were still speaking, Tabeho. You go ahead.
But yeah, you're gonna ask me something.
Busy. I'm gonna fight with you. Please don't talk about just like that.
You know I love you
That's
guys, Tobago, man. You know
that's a
it's all
serious
love, my
notice
bro.
that he's gonna fight with you.
Tobago, don't fight me.
Yeah.
Coach, I was vouching for this guy, and I'm glad our board got him. I'm so glad. I'm so happy.
I like him. From what I've
Tobago,
seen so far, I really do like him.
what's this? Because I've this is funny enough. I've never come across this player. Even my foot manager this. What type of defender is he? Is he like
He's
a
ball
ball
trained.
playing defender, or is
He's,
he a no nonsense centre back? Is he
let me
the
let
one?
Tabejo go. I think he knows him better than I do. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Tabejo.
Okay, first of all, I think he's technically good, especially on the ball, skillful. He can shoot, and then people are talking about his speed. Oh man, they're gonna laugh. So also he's so strong, and then so he has some issues in terms of playing a right back. He doesn't do well playing as a right back, but as a center back, he's so good, man. So, but again, as I said, any defender or any player have their own weaknesses. So it's up to the team to help him there. So I'm happy about this signing, and then I can't wait to laugh or at those who are saying he's a bad defender.
Yeah, some
Oh
people
man, people are calling
when
him a
people
bad defender.
comparing him to Harry Maguire. Some people
People are
were.
comparing him to Harry Maguire.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I did see that
Why?
on Twitter.
Have they
Yeah.
seen him before, or are they
No,
just going off?
because it's Chelsea, because we'll sign a new player. It's just
Okay.
that. It's just because, the haters.
Well, I hope this guy can put, whoever attacker we come against, Darwin Nunez, Erling Haaland, Gabriel Jesus, Alexander Isak, Callum Wilson. I hope this guy can put them in a chokehold.
I
I have
think he
high hopes
can.
for this guy.
I'm serious. I think he can. Sorry, Tabejo, were you still speaking?
no, I'm gonna give you a chance. What do you know about this Sassy coach from your research?
Those things you mentioned, he's him driving with the ball, and he can get you goals too. He likes to overlap quite a lot.
Exactly, and then he also overlaps when he plays the right centre backs. That's where if he feels on the trainer back as a right centre back, he can play the trainer back also. So I think how Pochettino plays in terms of like to have three players at the back, he fits very well. If you watch our preseason, Molo Castro used to play as a right centre back sometimes, but we know that he's a right back. So I'm glad we've got a versatile player that can play at Chelsea.
And he can at Monaco. He's played alongside Badia Chile.
Exactly.
So that makes it that makes him an interesting signing for us when he comes back. I don't know, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to make of it. Really, it makes it
But
quite
coach, let me say
interesting.
this. Let me
Uh-huh.
say this. Even Pochettino said it. They're asking about Levi Colwell. He said he has to he has to train. Then I'll decide whether to play him. So every player should play should end their place rather than Liverpool just sign a new contract. He is a must starter. No, 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 no. We are bigger than that. So hopefully Liverpool know that.
Yeah, it's an interest. He's an interesting signing for me. The fact that he's played a lot again, being paired with Badia Chile. But let's see what the club does. Brighton players. I think we need to talk about this one. Brighton players don't do well after leaving. Kukurea, Bissouma, McAllister, but McAllister he hasn't yet. Not yet doing great. Isn't he? I think he's injured right now. I think he got injured
Correct.
during.
Yes.
He is right. What
Yeah.
happens if we pay 100 million and Caicedo flops? Wow. Can you go ahead? You talk about that. Just give me 1 second. I'll come back and I'll start you with that one. It's a good question. Just give me 1 second. Let me catch up with this. I'll come back to this particular comment here from AD Love for Blue. Hello to you too, Kim. So I hope you're doing well. And birthday is coming. And people, I haven't forgotten. We didn't do the stay in school giveaway for the month of July. I haven't forgotten. We'll still do it this month. Let's see. VJ, nice to see you, brother. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you joining. And if you're watching VJ, just share the link to your channel so people can go check it out. We need Thiago Silva to rest. He doesn't again. We need him to get again not to play too much, so he doesn't get injured. I heard we are trying to get him back on loan. I don't believe that one bit. A Poch wants a Caicedo. Again, who cares who you want? Yeah, it's as simple as that. If he wants Caicedo, that's what the club again. The club will end up getting him. You guys haven't noticed we got almost all of France national team's backline. You could argue that. Yep, all of them. We have Wesley Fofana too. We have Malo Gusto. The only thing we don't have is a left back. Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. Let's move away from Caicedo. Unfortunately, it's not that simple. Move on from Caicedo and get the Ed place. Okay, it makes sense. I can. Batman isn't coming. I know you like him so much, Eugene. Stay in school project. We do that not today. Batman and Chomeni will not go to a club with no Champions League football. We have no pool power right now. I think we do, but not having Champions League football is an issue. Tyler Adams for 20 million, but he's currently injured. Bobby alluded to it. No wonder why no club has come for him. Since he's just he's available for just 20 million pounds or so. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. Tobeho, there you go. You have the floor. Go ahead. Yep.
In terms of
highlight that comment in question again. I think this one, yeah.
Yes, I remember it. Man, I don't believe in that. As I said before, like if you buy the right preferred player for a coach, I don't think the player will flop. That's my opinion. Whether it's 100 million, 200 million, 300 million, or 10 million or 5 million, as long that particular player is the right profile for the coach, I don't think it'll flop. As you said before, coach, the time we were looking for a striker, we saw that Lukaku won't work under Thomas Tuchel because Tuchel doesn't want a striker that can sit there. He wants the striker that can give him movement. So, man, I don't understand this. I hope Moises Caicedo come and then he proves him wrong, but it's just a question.
Yeah. If he flops, it's not a problem. He's £100 million, right? He's 21 years of age. If he flops, we resell him. We'll probably get 70 to 80 off him. Yeah, we'll take a 30 mil loss. He's still young. He's 21. He's not like 27. This ain't his last big contract. Probably he's got like 2-3 in him. So I don't think if he flops 100 mil, yeah, it'll be catastrophic for the Twitter headlines and those that want to intensify it. Yeah, but yeah, we'll just sell the kid on and someone will pay, 70, 60, depending on how full from grace he feels. Again, he's 21, man. It's all right. It's all good, man. He ain't failing. He ain't flopping. You can't flop at 21.
But it's a legit concern though, because that's a pattern there now. You could argue.
Yeah. Okay. If he signs him and he's not the player that we wanted him to be at Brighton, well, you're still gonna have to give him a chance to settle into a new side, regardless. So whether or not you wanted to hit the ground running or not, he's still gonna have to settle down. He's still gonna have to get used to his new teammates. He's still gonna have to get used to Chelsea. So that all comes into play. Not just him, but every single new player that's coming through the door, or you could argue the new players that come in January. You could argue every single one needs to get used to the new Pochettino system. So it's one of them. It's a win-win, man. He ain't flopping. If he flops,
it's a good thing that he's still very young. So
exactly,
even if it doesn't work out, we'll
if he
move
flops,
him on.
exactly.
Yeah.
If he flops, which I don't think he'll do, even in a year. If he flops in a year, we ain't selling him. We'll probably give him 2 years, 2.5 years of free. Listen, we gave Kai Havertz a lot of time. Listen, this kid will come in and he will have time to gel in. That 100 million will not be expected to be given in that first year. I'm not expecting. Yes, we paid 100 mil because that's his value, but we won't. If you're expecting him to move heaven and earth on his first season because we paid 100 million, then you kind of got the wrong end of the stick there. Don't put pressure on this kid. Just let him come into Chelsea and grow and understand he's part of another big club or a big club. And yeah, it will suffice, man. the kid
Yeah,
won't
well,
fail. But we just
yeah.
need to get him in. That's the first thing. Just get him in, and then we can deal with all of that later.
Yeah, I do agree with you. And I just quickly, I know you asked me a question about a camera, and I'm just researching because there are, yeah, the price is different. I don't want to suggest one that's crazy for you. Um, I haven't forgotten, but I should have
No, it's all
responded
good.
and
It's
said,
all
okay,
good,
I'm
bro.
working
I
on
think I
it.
got myself sorted. I got my one. I got me one anyway.
Oh, you got
I
it.
mean,
Okay, you got one already. Okay,
yeah,
good,
yeah.
good. I was saying, okay, my plan was again has to take my time, research, and get you something
Yeah,
of
yeah, I'm with you. I
quality
appreciate that,
that's
brother,
not
man.
gonna cost you
Yeah,
and a leg, yeah.
yeah,
Drop kit process. I say go all out for Moises Caicedo. I feel he is the missing piece of the puzzle and will be worth every penny. Yeah, you can argue that. And this is Eric Ando says so. We don't have any player again in this world that can play like a Casado that we can buy. Maybe we don't. I don't know. So maybe we'll end up getting this across the line. I honestly do not know. Axel is a modern day defender. If we get Casado, Kudus, Olise, we will be title contenders. Best believe that. But I don't think we're getting all those players you lined up there. We should go for Dembele also. 25 million is a joke. Well, which of the Dembeles? The one that's on the verge of joining PSG? Is that the
Yeah,
one you're talking about? He's gone. I don't think he would want to come to Chelsea either. He
yeah,
wants to play
he's gone.
in the Champions League too. Sorry?
Yes, he's gone. And then we got a chance to sign him while he was free agent. So I don't see the sense of this.
Yeah, we'll probably win that series. Casado will be Chelsea's most consistent player if we get the deal over the line. And I'm still confident we'll get that deal over the line. He'll be one of our most important signings this particular window. Hopefully, we'll sign him. We cannot even get 20 million for Kepa after he flopped. His value right now is around 8 million or so, or 18 million. Chelsea must buy Gabriel Vega, backup in Kunku. We don't use the term backup here. We want starting players again. So whoever they're starting, if that person gets injured, whoever comes in for that person would do an equally good job, or maybe do an even better job, if that makes sense. I say pay for Casado. I think Chelsea have done a really good business. Spend the dough and get the player over the line. DM Andy from Indonesia, Chelsea fan. Andy, let me see. Andy says again, Chelsea must buy Gabriel Vega, backup in Kunku, and Chelsea must buy Casado. Strong DM. Your name is Andri from Indonesia. Welcome, Andri. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. Just feel at home, express yourself, and be rest assured we are your family. Let's see what else we have here. I've read that one too, and this one here. Nothing serious there to address. Let me see what else we have here. Disasi's attributes, according to Brazil scouts, are passing, making heading, strength, determination, aerial duels, tackling, concentration, pace is the only weakness. Good signing, in my opinion. Here's the thing: in defenders, I'm not. I don't. Again, lack of pace isn't an issue for me. More importantly, most important attribute I want in a defender is intelligence, the ability to read the game. Because if you can read the game quite well, no matter how quick the opposition player is, they will not even get the chance to race against you, let alone outpace you. Because you're able to read the game, you'll always be at the right place at the right time to stop them from outrunning you, if that makes sense. So I'm happy. I've seen all those things before, so I'm happy. But thank you for providing it, presenting it to us once more. Sanchez, Colwell, and Casado have built up chemistry already. Okay, let's see that. Dembele is already in Paris. Eugene, he will not come due to lack of UEFA Champions League. Yep, I agree with you. Hello, guys. And Bernard Comedy, I appreciate you. I love you so much. We love you so much too. From Kenya, I think we should have a millionaire mind. We should take the risk and pay 90 million plus add-ons for Casado. Then we move on. If they don't take that, we move on. That's a good suggestion right there. Why not go for Ndidi? I'm gonna say this: as much as I like Ndidi, and as much as I'd like us to sign him, I would say this. I think he doesn't
Big
offer
up
much.
Kim Soul, bro. I've been
If
screaming that.
if we
Oh,
need just a
bloody
destroyer,
fella.
let me land IBC. If we need just a destroyer, then go for Ndidi. But if we want more from that DM in question, I don't think he's the guy for us. I know he's a good player, believe me. I know there's more to his game, but because he's played under managers who's always charged him for just to charge them with all only being disciplined and not venture forward and not be adventurous that much. Just read the game, break up opposition, play, be the destroyer. I think he's gotten to the age where for him to do more than just be a destroyer, it's too late, in my opinion. But go ahead if you you wanted to add something to that.
I just felt that he would have been me personally. It's probably like a wild card, in it. It's not a lot of people don't take it serious. I've always wanted Ndidi, just that presence in that midfield as a destroyer, as an anchor man, as that DM, that no nonsense DM to just shut down any piece of attack coming our way is what I feel that would probably be needed. Obviously, albeit his season at Leicester has not really been a testament to his abilities, but I felt that if we're going for Tyler Adams, why didn't we look at why is the reports not saying Wilfred Ndidi of Leicester? I don't know. So it shows that they are looking at midfield options and they're just trying to find who is available. And I don't know why it's not Wilfred Ndidi. But Florentino Luis is someone I'm kind of looking at and thinking, you know what, I feel this guy is someone we should seriously look at, the Benfica kid. His market value will probably be way cheaper than a certain Moises Caicedo if you can't get him. But you know, we'll see what the scouting network is up to and see what they pull off.
Yeah, Timber, would you take Ndidi?
100%. Coach, I've been talking with someone about this. At the moment, if you don't get Moises Caicedo, I want a sitter, a DM, just like Matic used to do for us. Not going far.
That's not Mauricio Pochettino. Look at all the teams he's coached.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So no going pass forward and that. Just sit there, clean their mess, make simple passes, short passes. You can attack when necessary. I would like to have him at Chelsea. I mean, I don't want a box-to-box midfield anymore. In terms of, for example, I don't like the pairing of Kanagaraga with Enzo Fernandez because they are not good on defensively. But if we play as a 4-3-3, then having Ndidi and Kanagaraga and Enzo, I'll take that. But at the moment, Kanagaraga and Enzo, both doesn't know how to defend. Ah man, I don't like that. But that's my opinion.
Bobby, how about you? Would you consider Ndidi?
I don't know. There's something about that player and his injury record that kind of puts me off.
That too.
Yeah, you know, and also, how old is he? He's not that young anymore, is he?
Yeah,
he's
not that
27.
young anymore,
He will still bang, Bobby. Just accept it. He will still bang. Just liken to it, Bobby.
Look at him selling his Niger brother to Chelsea.
To you guys.
I think he's one of those players where he really does have options to him. And if there are younger options, I mean, for example, I don't see much difference between Ndidi and Alvarez. And Ndidi and a fit Tyler Adams. In fact, Tyler Adams is a much better option. So, not really.
All right, let's lost Bobby because he's on the road. Go ahead. You were saying something.
No, again, this is just my wish list. Remember last season?
Can you hear me, Coach?
Yeah, okay. Go ahead. We can hear you now. Go ahead, Bobby.
I don't know. Every time I'm talking to you, somebody decides they want to call me. I don't think Ndidi should be where we're looking at. It's not the bracket of player that we should be looking at. We should be looking at a slightly better level, and that's no disrespect to Ndidi. I think he's an excellent player in his time, but I suspect he's 28, 29 years old
26,
now.
26.
26.
Bobby now. Bobby
Anything,
now.
I'm not doing him an injustice. I don't know. I don't personally fancy it. I think I would rather a level up. But, I'm open to being corrected. I can't say I'm so versed in him, but I've seen enough of him with Leicester to feel that perhaps we can do a bit better. In my opinion, that's all.
Yeah, I think your argument makes sense. Honestly, Pochettino, if you look at the DMs he's played with, Musa Dembele, the former Belgium international, who again played in that role for
What
him.
a midfielder.
Yeah,
What a midfielder.
I
So
again,
underrated.
I wanted Chelsea to sign him, but we ended up not signing him. But that's the sort of DMs he plays with. You need to be able to do more. He doesn't play with sitters. You need to be able to do more than just sit. That's why I don't think Ndidi is the man. He has it in him, but unfortunately, I think, like as I've explained before, he's played under managers who charged him to remain disciplined. All he has to do is just break up the opposition play and all that, and that has become his style of play over time. And I think he's gone past the age where you can say you can get him to do more than just be a sitter. Apparently, we will have a 220 million midfield in total. I haven't done that calculation, I have to be honest. Can we ship Sterling to Barcelona as Dembele's a replacement? We can even give a discount with sell price and matching any levers. Here's the thing. They're not going to take him because they can't pay him. Go ahead, Bobby.
This is what I hate. Because it's Chelsea, people are looking for negative labels, labels to put on them to pressurize them, make it look like they waste money, scandalize them. Yeah, if the midfield is 220 million, so effing what? Look at Real Madrid's midfield. Nobody counts dollars there, do they? I mean, I'm sick of this crap that we get all the time. It is what it is. Sometimes you pay for what you want. We're blessed that we're able to do that. Move on. I mean, crikey. They're already looking for a label to slap on Chelsea. Oh, they've got 200 and so million in midfielders. So effing what? Go count the millions in Real Madrid's midfield, or indeed Barcelona for that matter. Well, not so much in recent times, but they've spent big. Look at the time they had people like Messi spending £1 million a week on wages. Give us a break. Gosh.
All right. So Caicedo is joining Leicester on loan next week. I think Caicedo is coming. Maybe. Look, Caicedo only achieved top 6. He is not a World Cup winner like Enzo, a UEFA Conference winner like Rice. So there's no basis for a 4 million for a 4 million player 2 years ago to be a 100 million player now for top 6. Look, he doesn't have to win those things to be worth that much. It's his overall performance, even without trophies. If you look at it, and you see, yeah, he's again. He's gone beyond being again. He's no longer a £4 million pounds player. The vibe. I appreciate you joining, bro. Yeah, always nice to see you, brother. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for finding the time to join. It's been a minute. Let me know that you're doing well. 100 million is not just the value of the player, but the value of that player for the selling player and the demand of the buying team. Yep, it's as simple as that. We are desperate, if we're being honest here, and they know we're desperate. We cannot disguise that. How about trying Kukurea in DM instead of allowing him to make mistakes in the defensive area? Modern health. Maybe the manager, we've seen that in preseason. Maybe that will happen again, but we don't know. Let's see. We don't need them. Again, let's see anything else to address here. And the blue beautiful game. Coach, I am watching you. Stop robbing other panel members of their tappings. Yeah, I'm the tapping merchant here. But I appreciate you. Much love to you too, brother. And Didi has dropped off big time. Will be a big risk. I think I agree with you. That was, again, the exact argument I was trying to present, but maybe didn't do that effectively. Let's see what else we have here. Exactly. Didi will literally protect that defense, but Pochettino needs more. I think he demands more of his DMs. But that's just my opinion. I prefer Onana. I'd rather Onana actually right now, but they don't differ much. But Onana is much younger and can adapt. Let's see what else we have here. I keep dropping likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along. We're 115 likes. Sincerely do appreciate you all. I think I'm going to scroll to the very bottom and I'll try the best I can to get your subsequent contributions. Caicedo is going to be us. At this point, it is just about ego. We wanting to build a reputation for not being again lose with money. Brighton are trying to maintain their tough rep as negotiators. What happened? I have to say that's the delicious comment of the day, and I like it. Really, just remember, big teams get what they want. Little teams get what they can. I think we're into getting what we want, if you ask me. But I know, don't throw that argument on me. Don't try to again. I'm just gonna move on. I'm tired of this box to box thing. You need a sitter, okay? Let's see. Hi to you too, Mr. Smooth. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you joining. Didi is my brother, but no to him. Mr. Wachukwu, I appreciate you joining. I'm going to scroll to the very bottom. I will try the best I can to get your subsequent contributions in the chat. There's just too many comments to get. As much as I like to interact with you, if I keep doing that, that would be the only thing we'll do to the end of the show. What happens if Caicedo and Enzo don't click? You need alternatives. Bobby, just okay. Bye-bye now from that one. So let's look at these numbers here. Are you paying attention? If you're there, are you there? Tabejo, IBZ, and Bobby, if you're there, let's look at his numbers.
Yes, I'm here.
And for 22-23, he played 38 matches, scored 3 goals, conceded 52. That's a lot, but that's okay. Okay, what's the CS stand for? Okay, clean sheets. Okay, there you go. 9 clean sheets. That's not bad. Let's forget about the total of minutes. So let's see. Considered goals considered per 90 minutes, 1.41. Clean sheets 24%. 0.008 cards per 90 minutes. That's not bad. Okay. Okay. Stats. Detailed stats. 38 games in total. Matches started 37. Matches subbed in 1. That's not, we don't need that part. Let's see, there's something I'm looking for here. This one is defending statistics. I think we need to look at this one. Goals considered 52 in total, 1.41. He concedes 1.41 goals up a goal per 90 minutes. That's not because it's not Justin. He's not the only defender there. So let's move on from that one. Minutes per goal considered 64 minutes. I'm not sure what to make of that. Clean sheets 9, 24% per 90 minutes. Okay. Tackles 30 in total per 90 minutes, 0.81. Not bad. Interceptions 55 in total per 90 minutes, 1.49. Not bad at all. Ground duels 265 in total. But how many ground duels won? Ground duels won 159 out of how many? Not bad. Let's say around 50% plus. 4.30 per 90 minutes. Aerial duels won 96, 2.59 per 90 minutes. Not bad. Dribbled pass 12 times. I don't usually count that one. Clearance is 105, 2.84 clearances per 90 minutes. Shots blocked 32, 0.8. 6 shots blocked. Blocks per 90 minutes. Penalties given away, none. Any other thing you want to see? Anything specifically you want to see? Tabejo, you let me know. 3 yellow cards. Okay. Total cards 3-0. I don't value anything here that much. Fouls committed 31, 0.84. Fouls he committed 0.84 fouls per 90 minutes. Okay. Fouls against. I don't need that one.
Real Jill there. They're showing it.
Which one?
Aerial duel. Yes.
Did you say aerial duel?
Yes.
I think we've looked at it. Yeah. We've looked at it and it's not bad. Aerial duels won 96, 2.59 per game. That's a high, actually. 91% high. You see that?
Yes, that is important for me.
Yeah, that's very important. Yeah, that's what one of the things he's known for. But I want to go something. Let's see, is this important now? Let's look at this really because his scores goals scored in total three, goal involvement. That's a high for a defender, six in total. Let's see. All these ones, I don't think we need this. Let's see what else we have here. Shots taken, 20 shots. That's a high for a defender, really. Shots on target, 10 out of 20. That's 50%, not bad. 0.27 shots per game, not bad. 58th percentile, not bad, really. Shots off target, I don't need that one. Hit the woodwork one time. Okay, shots conversion rate, 15%. I get it, he's a defender, but I would say not bad for a defender, really, but he should be better. Shot accuracy, 50%, not bad. Shots per goal scored, 6.67 shots before scoring. That's not bad either. Let's see what else we have here. Assists. He has 3 assists. Did you see that? Are you paying
Yes,
attention to that? That's
yes,
a
yes.
high for a defender. Let's see, passes 1,000. Again, 1,925 passes, 52.03 per 90 minutes, and that's 79 percentile. Not bad, really. Successful passes, 1611 over out of 1925. 43.5 per 90 minutes. That's not bad. And 83% pass completion rate. That's not bad either. So he's good at it, honestly. Key passes 9, he averages 0.24 key passes per game, crosses 13. Does he play on the fly? That shows you he's everywhere, really. Yeah, to have
Yeah,
that
I think
process.
I think when he plays as a right center back in terms of back three. That's where you see him doing a lot of things on the pitch.
Mhm.
Because Monaco also play three at the back sometimes, and then also they play 4-2-3-1 sometimes. So I can get why.
Oh, they play 4-2-3-1 too at Monaco.
Yes.
He's a ball playing defender overall. The stats say the same. It's reflective of that fact. So he's a good player, good thing. And again, his defensive statistics are also very good. I believe with addition of Sanchez, we are now equipped in many areas. Kepa to be our record a choice goalie. Okay, I'm not sure what to make
Yeah,
of that.
coach.
Yeah.
Sorry about this. I know it's out of topic. I wanted to ask you about this a long time ago. Since we've been linked with a potentially sub deal with Dusan Vlahovic, would you take it? And then yes,
If I would take Dusan Vlahovic,
yes.
I will. And if you ask me why, I will explain.
Uh,
He's a different profile from Jackson and Nkunku. He's different. He's more aligned to, you can say, to your to again, he's more aligned to what you call stereotypical number 9. So it's more than, again, even you can play him as a point man and he will still do well. Although traditionally the way he operates on the pitch, he likes dropping deep and participating in the play, but he brings something different to the profile of what's his name again, Nicholas Jackson and Christopher Nkunku. So I'll take him. And I get that people are concerned that, again, he's injury prone. He's just 29. So I'm not concerned really. I'll take him. And for the fact that that's the only way we'd be able to get rid of Lukaku, I wouldn't mind. Go ahead, Otubeho.
Yeah, I ask you this question because I know you love Dusan Vlahovic, and
I
then
like him, yeah.
yes, we've talked about him a lot of times. So I know some of our fans are skeptical about this sub deal, but if they want to get rid of Lukaku, I would take it, but also on a reasonable price for us. I don't want to pay 50 plus Lukaku or 40 plus Lukaku. Maybe 35.
I thought they're asking 25 plus Lukaku.
No, I guess there's so many reports on that because some reports are saying 50, some are saying 40. So we'll never know until it's done.
All right, I think but I'll take it. I like him. He's 10 times better than Romelu Lukaku, in my opinion. Disasi can also play at right back. Yep, yep. I've seen that myself. I believe Poch will keep Kepa as first choice goalie until he starts making stupid mistakes. I don't think so. But let's see what happens. Disasi plays a CB right back and has started once as a DM. He has the attribute to fulfill the DM role. If you play him, deploy him there, I think it fulfilled the role very well. He is also very good aerially, defending, and good when it comes to attacking corners, just like a Silva. Yeah, I do like the guy. Disasi is replacement for Chalobah. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Vlahovic has everything Nico Jackson is lacking. That's why I say they complement each other. He's a different profile, so I wouldn't mind us getting him. I get it. Some people are concerned about, okay, how about asking questions what we do with Nicholas Jackson if we sign Dusan Vlahovic, not knowing that they differ in profile. Because if a lot of people knew that, they wouldn't be concerned about Nicholas Jackson's Chelsea future or game time. Lukaku is a problem in our club for next 3 years. I don't think so. Why do we want it to turn into a problem for next 6 years by swapping with a less than perfect striker? Okay, for me, I take Dusan Vlahovic. And Michi, if you don't mind, whenever you get a chance, share the link to your channel so people can go check it out. And while we wait for him to do that, you can click the 3 dots to his name and click go to channel to go. You can see what he has there and do subscribe, please. Let's move on to the next item we have lined up here. We go to this one. This just comments from Axel Disasi. Do you guys want us to look at it or just move on?
You want us to look what?
His comments, his responses to I think his interview, transcript of his interview.
Yeah, I think we should just check a few of them so that people can get to know him.
Okay, the first one, he says, let me see, is that the first comment there? Let me see. Might not be. Okay, that's probably it. So let's go this one here. The first one, I don't, it's no, but let's just go with it. The one at the bottom will be the first one, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
but I think if you want to get the whole thing, you can get it on the Chelsea website.
Is it easier there? But I don't want them to hit us with a copyright claim. Okay, let's just go like this. Chelsea FC. Let's go through it, but people might be interested in analyzing it with us. I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along. Well, I appreciate you all finding the time to join. 117 likes. Let's keep it going. So this is him here. Okay, Disasi. Let's see. How'd you pronounce it again?
Disasi. Axel Disasi. Yes.
Axel Disasi. Okay. I'm looking for that one. Disasi. Okay, is that the one? Complete Chelsea move. Let's see if we can find the interview here. Okay, let's go. Let's just go like this. I think let's get a few there from the Twitter and move on to the next item because we have a few more stuff lined up. Yeah. And if I'd known, I would have arranged it on time because now it would take a lot of time for us to get to, was that where we are? Okay. Okay, let's go with this one. What it says, it doesn't matter the order we read them. It is this one here. All right, this says him explaining the sort of player he is. He says, I am a defender who likes to properly look for the ball and win it back. Again, the best way of anticipating the opposition player's move is by being in the best position, which takes you can say your footballing intelligence to be able to do that and do it correctly. And here he says, I like to have the ball at my feet and play passes. I like interceptions and I like to be aggressive with the opposition to use my physicality. Bobby will be very proud of him for that part. Honestly, I cannot wait to feel the energy of the fans. This is a very good stadium one where you have a beautiful proximity to the fans, the favor of the fans in the Premier League, the atmosphere, the intensity. It is something that excites me. It looks like he's a good orator too. I am so happy to be here at this club. I am really proud to be able to be part of this great family, and I hope to achieve. I hope to achieve very big things here to win titles. I will do everything I can to achieve those objectives. I am very ambitious. I don't know. Should we get more? One more, or and let's just get one more. Axel, again, this is from Lawrence Stewart and Paul Winstanley on Axel Disasi. Axel has showed his quality over several seasons in France, and that has deservedly led to recognition on the international stage. He is ready to take it to the next level. I like him so much, honestly, and I can't wait to see him play. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Let me see what Kimso has to say. Nico Jackson and Vlahovic can actually play together. Yep. But a lot of people aren't paying attention to that. People just jump to the conclusion that we don't need another number 9. But because he's a player of a different profile, I think we need them both. And I wouldn't mind. Let's see. Anything else you wanted to say something to Beho?
Yeah, I agree with you. We need two different types of strikers. We can't also you can't rely a lot on Nicholas Jackson. You have to have also a different source in terms of different opponents. So I'm glad Chelsea is looking into this deal and say like, oh wow, we can get rid of Lukaku and get one of our target. So I'm glad Chelsea are looking at this. And also, Jackson used to play as a winger, so we can use both of them. Why not?
Yeah, and you don't even need to see Jackson on the flanks to realize that he can actually play on the flanks because of the way he plays whenever he's on the pitch. Caicedo is not the only solution to our DM situation. Let's take a cue from Jackson's deal, and we might get someone who's not in the radar for most teams and end up being the signing of the season. Yeah, but we want Caicedo for a reason I do not know. But you can say we all know he's a good player, but beyond that, there's something else that again that has led to the club being you can say hell bent on getting him. If it's either him or nothing. And if from everything we've heard is that Caicedo is Chelsea's priority. Caicedo is Chelsea's priority, and that hasn't changed. Disasi and Malo Gusto best attribute is going forward. Both can play DMs too. I didn't know Gusto could fulfill the DM role. Actually, this is the first time I'm hearing that. Let's see how much Juventus want for Vlahovic. I'm not too sure. Rain, nice to see you, Rain. I hope you're doing well. 85 million pounds plus 5 million in add-ons will do it. Given we overpaid for Sanchez as a potential sweetener. I don't think we overpaid for Sanchez really, but that's just my opinion. We definitely need another number 9. I think we all can agree
So
to
people
that.
are saying you overpay for Sanchez.
Yeah.
Oh
You
man.
haven't seen that?
How man 20 million plus 5 million
I just gotta
add-ons.
say, if people want to say we're in the Premier League, people want to say we're in a top team, people are saying we're in the top. Listen, the money that's circulating is circulating. That's the market, mate. 25 million is not overspending for a goalkeeper of Robert Sanchez's caliber. I'm very sorry. That's a coup of a signing, in my opinion. Like, what the hell? We just got a player that's been best part of Brighton's resurgence, albeit he had a fallout with the Serbi, not because of form, just because he was out of favor with the manager, probably had a disagreement, and it was out of favor. So because of that, we bought him for 25 million pounds. That is a bargain, in my opinion. Someone that I hope will take Kepa Arrizabalaga off his perch as our number 1. That's just my opinion. But to start saying we overspent 25 million for a goalkeeper of his caliber, I'm very sorry, man. Very sorry.
And agree.
Go ahead. Just quickly before we progress, please, if you're watching, keep praying for Glenn. He had I forgot the time he used a minor stroke that I think I can't go into detail because I need to read that message again, but he needs our prayers. But I'm glad knowing who he is. You can say he see the you say the fun in every situation. I'm glad he's that sort of person, and with that sort of behavior, I think he'll be able to overcome. I keep praying for Glenn so that he recovers and recovers very quickly.
Get well soon, Glenn.
Yeah, get well soon, brother. We'll love you, and we're gonna
Get
miss
well
you quite a
soon.
lot. But more
Prayers
importantly,
are with you, my
we
bro.
want you to recover.
You are strong.
No,
Yeah, you're strong,
no,
brother.
this guy's right. I mean, 25 million for a goalkeeper now, when people are talking upwards of 60, 70, 80 million. It's a wonderful deal, and I hope he proves he really is a steal, and I think he will. I think we should be very happy with this deal for sure. Look at Arsenal haggling, 60 million for Raya, upwards. In fact, I hear Brentford are going to reject that bid.
They've already
So
rejected
we've
the
been
bid.
fortunate.
Go ahead. You were saying something.
Sorry, Bobby.
Sorry, I
Sorry,
cut you
Bobby.
off to
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about
Go on.
Glenn.
Yes, yes. As I said before, 20 plus 5 million goalkeeper experience is a steal. And also, as Ibiza said, he had a fallout with De Servi. Nothing wrong with his form. We all known him under Graham Potter. He was doing very well. So I'm glad the fact that our goalkeeper coach Ben Roberts recommended him to the team. Look, we need to bring this guy because he doesn't play anymore at Brighton, and then we might use him in terms of the Premier League experience. He's also good on the ball. He has more height than Kepa, so I don't see.
Unfortunately, the only thing he has over Kepa is his height. Maybe I
Yes,
have to go back more to like 2 years ago to still check. But if you're comparing, let's say he didn't play that much this past season, but if you compare last 2 seasons and Kepa's a whole season last year, Kepa actually beat him. Stats show Kepa was better
He's
than
not a
him
better.
last season. But that's his
Kepa's
opinion.
not
But
better
go ahead with what you were saying. I'll come back to you, IBZ, before you shoot me.
yes.
Good.
So I'm glad that we got this deal with a bargain price, and now Arsenal have to pay 40 million for Raya, who have 1 year left on his contract. 40 million for a goalkeeper. So good luck to them. Happy days for Chelsea.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, really. How much are they paying for him? Did they pay? Have they signed him
No,
already?
they said the price tag is 40 million for David Raya. That's why Spurs walked away to that deal from that deal.
Mm. Wow. Tottenham will buy Lukaku from us if Kane leaves. Trust me, we should be patient. I don't think they will. Really, they're not crazy. Any news on Mbappe? Nothing new, except what you've heard already. And for me, the Mbappe links to again. The Mbappe rumors are all just all nonsense for me.
Coach,
Lukaku, 10
why on
million.
earth will Tottenham buy Lukaku from us when they've got Richarlison?
Yeah, I don't think they will. I don't think they will because he's not going to take a pay cut, first of all. I don't think they'd risk that. Lukaku plus 10 million max for Vlahovic. Anything more is a robbery. And actually, I think I did see something to the effect of them rejecting our initial bid. Did you see anything like that, Tobeho?
I'm saying that what?
You've rejected rejected our bid for Lukaku.
Yes, I've saw a
For
report that
Vlahovic.
they rejected 20 plus Lukaku.
Wow. Interesting. Eugene, yeah, I think we've talked about that. They played together before, but let's see what happens. Yeah, that makes him an interesting signing for us. Gian says, I think we need to understand Juve. If we really wanted to offload Lukaku so bad, then let's give them what they need. Jackson and Vlahovic can play together. Yep, they can. Yep. I think that's why I'm shocked to see some Chelsea fans ask the question, what happens to Jackson, because he's been doing well. And lots of people here recognizing, saying some prayers for Glenn. You will be fine. Remember, we're praying for you. Okay, Davis Badiashile, Melo Gusto, not a bad lineup there. Glenn 10, my Belgian bro, get better. We all love you so much. We're gonna miss you, but more importantly, we want you to get well first. I genuinely think we might need Mbappe. Even if we need them, do you think he would want to come to us? I think no. I wanted Martinez
That comment
as our
dying.
goalkeeper. Go ahead, IBC, if you're speaking.
No, it's just that comment he said. What did he say? We need Mbappe.
Yeah.
I need £1 million right now to change my current situation. You know what I'm saying to you? I think everyone needs
Mbappe to
Mbappe.
Chelsea ain't happening. Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, because he
Never
would
seen
want
it.
to go to a club where he gets to play Champions League. I think it's
And
just
then forget that one. We can offer him
no,
like
but in
Champions
this
League
case,
tonight.
you could argue that's the case. If you rejected, do you know how much the Saudis had on the table for him? I'm sure you heard that story, or you read them. You read them yourself.
Todd Boehly will give him one American deal like this. He will say no. I'm coming to Stamford Bridge. Todd Boehly, work your magic. We're behind you. We're behind you.
And you think we're capable of offering him something better than the
See,
Saudis
anything
had
could
on the
be.
table
I
for
learned.
him?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
learned.
think so,
Yeah,
really.
anything could be negotiated over dinner.
I don't think so,
All
except if
talks
you're going
could
to
be
give him again, make him a co-owner
See,
of Chelsea Football Club,
listen,
maybe.
you just need to give him nice dinner and have a good negotiation over dinner, wine,
Mhm.
everything smooth properly, man. I'm telling you, man.
No, but
Anything's
I
possible
understand.
over dinner.
I honestly do understand where you're coming from. All right, people, keep dropping the likes on the stream. Let me catch up with what we have here. You pay up when again when there's a financial basis to pay the demand. No other club has shown any interest at that price. Caicedo is not rated at 100 million by the market. No need to overpay. Okay, let's see what the club does. Everything comes down to what they want to do and how desperately we want him. Mbappe coming at least for 1 year. I don't see that happening. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Use the Casado money to loan Mbappe. We will make that money back in shirt sales, sponsors, and etc. Okay, good luck to us, Chelsea Godfather. Let's see what else we have here. Brighton don't want to sell Casado according to reports. I think I've seen that one, but it's absolute nonsense, really. They want to sell him, but they have a price, and we have not. Again, we've refused to meet their asking price. It's as simple as that. Brentford want a 50 million for who? Kepa cannot play without allowing a goal every game. I think this is the big difference with Sanchez. Maybe that's the difference you see there. Then let McAllister leave for 40 million, but McAllister had a buyout clause on his contract. Casado doesn't have any. Okay, you need 1 million. I am sorry, but our owners have a power to get to Mbappe. Okay, I I don't want.
Hey,
Um,
Eugene, if you
I
pick
don't
up,
want to. Go ahead.
yo, listen, if he comes to Chelsea, I'll be the first on King's Road, mate. Trust me, believe you me. But listen, we all want Mbappe. We're not getting Mbappe for a loan. Never
Mhm.
happening. I'm sorry. I wish it happens. I really, really, really wish it happens. But for what coach said, we can't offer him the greatest prize on the earth. He's never won the Champions League. Now you want to prize him away from playing in that competition for a year, where he could be playing in the competition and that said year probably win it. I mean, let's mix it up. It's not going to work well for his market as well. He has a whole brand, Mbappe,
Mhm.
playing around the Champions
Yeah,
playing
I
around the
do agree.
Champions League.
Mhm.
So what we need to do is just get our heads out the dreamland and understand that he's not gonna be here. Sorry.
Yeah, it's not going to be that simple. I don't want to back with short-term solution in a bad vibes types of player, a type of player. I would rather build a strong team with a strong mentality. Wow, some argument and Mbappe on loan, it's not happening. Kepa is not worth to be at Chelsea. I think IBC agrees with you, coach. Coaches, negative energy won't get us but with I with negative energy, okay. The business between Brighton and Chelsea are purely professional. Yep. I think the fans took the city again, made the most of the situation. I'm not saying again, they took whatever the little you can say they once they sense there's a problem there, they took it you can say they're just making it what it is. They're taking the whole thing out of context, saying Chelsea aren't happy this that and again this day that deserve it disrespected Chelsea. Nope. It turns out that actually isn't the case. This is what happens when there are two very good negotiators. Yep, in the same room. Nothing wrong about it. There's nothing wrong about it. I do agree with you. Why is coach heading on Mbappe? I'm not heading on him. I just told you, I'm just being realistic here. I'm just being as realistic as possible. It's not happening. And I can explain to you again. IBZ explained it from a different angle. If you want to get him, you have to price him out of the possibility of winning the next edition of the Champions League. And that's a lot of money. Because he will prioritize clubs that will offer him the opportunity to play in the Champions League this season also. So if you want to get him, you have to price him out of that, to pay him something that he looks at it and say, you know what, I'm taking this to heck with Champions League, if that makes sense. So I'm not hitting on him. I like him as a player, but do I think it will happen? No. What are the concerns around breaking wage structure from Mbappe? Quite a lot. And I'm not even going to go into that. I know you, VJ, you're well acquainted with such, but not me. I'm not going to stress myself trying to break it down for anybody because, he earns quite a lot right now. And do I think we can afford that? I honestly do not know. We should focus on the midfield rather than focusing on Mbappe because the midfield is a bit, you can say we lack numbers in that area. Besides PSG, clubs in England have learned not to get into a bidding war with Chelsea. So other clubs not coming in for Caicedo isn't because they don't rate him. Wow, that's some argument right there. Which three ballers do you guys think Chelsea should buy other than Caicedo? I think we've talked about that. We have Amrabat is still available, I think. Ismail Benessa, but I'm not too sure I'm not sure when he's the buyout clause on his contract. I'm not too sure when it will be active. There are other options too. I can't quite recall all of them. Kiefer Thuram is there, and Constantine will be proud of me for remembering his name. Let's see what else we have here. Anything else I want to get to? De Zerbi. Wow. It's not breaking wage structure for Mbappe. He's worth that, and players will accept it. But the question is, do you think the owners would do it? I don't think so. Namaya, nice to see you. I appreciate you. Coach is so confident he will do a one. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm not gonna risk it, even though I'm confident it's not gonna happen. Greetings. Oh, there is our bro. Much love to you, Glenn 10. I'm happy that you found time to spend a minute or two with us. But more importantly, I hope you're staying strong. Stay strong for us. We'll continue to pray for you. I think you will be all right. And I do believe that. Much love to you. People in the chat were praying for you, and those on the panel did say some prayers for you. And that shows you how much we love you, brother. We're happy to see you here. What is competing against Haaland? What if competing against Haaland is enough to drive Mbappe to accept a Chelsea loan? Going one-on-one against Haaland in the same league to prove who's worthy of that Ballon d'Or, Maybe it's a human thing. Humans sometimes competition drive their decision making. So there's a chance that may well be the case. But I'm going to scroll to the very bottom, and we have to move to the next item we have lined up here. I hear it. Okay, just having a conversation there. Mitchell Boy is back. Go and try again, guys. Go check out Mitchell Boy's YouTube channel, subscribe, and let him know I sent you. It's very easy. Just click the three dots to his name and click on go to channel. Get well soon, Glenn. God is with you. Yes, thank you so much for that delicious comment there. God is indeed with Glenn. If you had the chance to take one, either Caicedo or Mbappe, wow, I'd take a Caicedo. Why? Because that's the area where we have a problem. Coach, I am right in saying PSG have not registered him for the Champions League and therefore will not be playing UEFA Champions League football anyway. Chelsea are his only hope unless he moves to a UEFA Champions League club for a season. No way. Unless he moves to a UEFA Champions League club, okay. Let's see what happens. And if you recall, we heard rumors that Man United are also interested. But that's by the way, we move on to the next item. Apologies, people. I can't get everything. I don't care for the other players. If we get Mbappe, give me 10 trees and Mbappe. I know you like him that much. And much love to you once more, Glenn. We love you so much. We're praying for you. Those on the panel did say some prayers. Did say prayers for you, and those in the chat did the same. We want you to get better as soon as possible. The Mbappe rumors are just silly. Why are we going to pay that kind of a transfer fee and salary to a player for one season? Everybody knows he's going to Real Madrid. Yep, it just wouldn't make any sort of sense if we do that. Take care, Glenn. My prayers are with you. Yep, we all love you. Get better, brother. Again, I know the love will go a long way, and I'm glad you're here and you're seeing it yourself. We need to request Eugene to clear up the backlog and update his takes on Gallagher. You go ahead, sort it out with him. I am deeply sure that some people are not seeing how deadly this new Chelsea team is. We're deadly, but that doesn't mean the team is ready. We still need to make a few signings. Yep, keep dropping the likes on the stream. We'll move on to the next item. Let's see what else we have lined up here. Chelsea are interested in Paris Saint-Germain's Paris Saint-Germain midfielder Leandro Paredes after becoming frustrated by a lack of progress in their move for Moises Caicedo. Tobeho, if you're still there, I'm coming to you. Do you like Paredes? I think we wanted to sign him before he went to PSG. We weren't interested in signing Paredes then, but his preference at the time was a PSG. And now it looks like they don't play him that much and he wants to leave. Tobeho, if you're there, do you like him?
I don't like him anymore. I don't want him at Chelsea. He rejected us over PSG, so I don't want that.
Exactly, he rejected us.
Yeah, so I don't want that type of player at Chelsea. Same I did with Mark Gahey. The time we were linked with him, I was so annoyed. But at the end of the day, if you got him, I was gonna support him due to Chelsea. But I didn't want him because he forced his way to go to Crystal Palace. Same as Paredes, I don't want him. He rejected us to go to PSG, and it never worked out. Most of the players that are going to PSG, sometimes they suffer, but it's okay. It's a karma for us. We don't care anymore, so I don't want him at Chelsea. Simple as that.
How about the fact, from what we're hearing, Pochettino wants to work with him again. He likes him. What can we do? We just have to support him. If in fact we're looking to sign him, the possibility of signing him because the manager wants him, he's worked with him before, and he likes him and wants to work with him again. We can't change that. Here's the thing.
Yes.
If that's the case, I would look beyond the fact that he rejected us to go to PSG but the question is, do you think he will fit in the Premier League? Because for me, I'd say he's too slow for my liking. But you go ahead.
Yes, I agree. It's too slow. And then at the same time, we do really need a DM that is fit and have a lot of injuries and injury issues. Even at Juventus, he couldn't get more game time due to injuries. So if he comes to,
he went on loan to Juventus, yeah.
Yes, it didn't work. It didn't work out. So what if he come to Chelsea and still have a major injury? That means we haven't replaced our problem. So I don't want him. But again, if he comes to Chelsea, I'll support him because of Chelsea at the end of the day.
Yeah, I don't know anybody, but if you want to talk about Paredes, okay, you're there. I was just going to call you. Go ahead.
Why don't we just admit it and tell ourselves the truth? At this point in time, there is no alternative to Caicedo in terms of the profile of what we need and what we want. Mm-hmm. So all this pretense of, 100 million is too much and all that. Yes, we've tried to shy away from the price, but that's the price. Pay it and take your player. I don't often sing any praises of Arsenal. I can't stand them, but they identified Declan Rice as their target. 105 million, West Ham said. Now, part of the reason we don't have Declan Rice today is because West Ham always said he's over 100 million. And we walked away from that. Arsenal identified their need and they went and paid it. The same will happen to Caicedo if we don't get him now. Do you think a team like, maybe not Liverpool because they don't have the money, but City, if they have the need, Man United, if they have the need, I don't really see Arsenal going back for him, but there are teams there, Newcastle even, if they have the need. If the only reason why a lot of teams have stayed back is they are avoiding a bidding war with Chelsea. They know Chelsea have the financial capability, and if they come in with 100, Chelsea will come in 120, and God knows where it will end. So they've all stood back and said, okay, Chelsea, go do your thing. Now we are playing around. Pay this money, get this guy. I don't really see what else. 6 weeks, we've dropped 80 already. What difference does it make, really? Unless there's a chance to get him. And this is now just a face-saving exercise. This is now pride. It's got nothing even to do with the price. It's pride. Oh, I want the title as the person that managed to haggle this player. That's all it is. There's nothing else to it. Just go get this guy, period. Because all these people we're looking for at their flawed. Prada, oh, there's this and that. Alvarez, oh, there's this and that. Tyler Adams, oh, he's injured. The only person that I might think, oh, okay, maybe Amrabat. But Amrabat is 28 and Amrabat hasn't played in the Premier League. So get this guy. That's all I say. We don't have a choice right now.
It doesn't look like we do have, again, you can say, a choice that can measure Moises Caicedo's abilities, in my opinion. Coachila, can we have Kante as co-investor and co-owners of the club? Boehly is looking for one. Yeah, I did see that myself. Paradis, yeah, it's making you rain, it's making you cry or laugh. No, we don't need to walk away from Caicedo. I don't think so too. Kweku, Guillaume, nice to see you. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Man, it's really, it's reading every comment. Big up to his channel. Definitely subscribing. Thank you. I appreciate that. Relaxation Nation, thank you. If you subscribe, I appreciate that. Enjoy yourself. Let's see. Santiago Muno thinks he's a finished player. Go ahead.
Can I say something that I know you guys with African heritage, you're going to like this. If I was a rich entity, super rich entity, do you know what I'll do? I'm amazed, especially at these ex-players of African descent, unless they know something I don't know, that they're not doing this. I would go either to the Cameroon. I know of a league in the Ivory Coast, and I would either invest in their FA system and privatize it, taking over ownership of basically how all their clubs are run, business, or I would invest in a club if their league is being run correctly. I have no idea.
I think privatization will help the league because corruption runs deep, especially in Nigeria. To be specific, the FA is corrupt. You hear of players are being asked for bribery before they get selected and all that.
Yeah,
but go ahead so that I can catch up with the chat. Yeah,
I've sort of heard that. I won't even pretend to know the ins and outs of it all. But all I know is that any entity with serious money going in and privatizing those leagues, governing the teams, maybe even buying teams, they are going to make a hell of money with the other leagues buying and selling players, legitimizing the proper and safe sale of players. There was a time there was a lot of risky sales of players, particularly coming from Africa. Many of these youngsters, they got duped and they got put in harm's way trying to come and play in Europe. So I don't know what I just think Drogba, Kante, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're wasting time. Some of them, I'll go and own a club in America. No, start. That is virgin territory. Start there. My goodness me, you make so much money. But anyway, I don't know. I've given out a business idea. let's see if
Yeah,
they'll run with it.
it's a good one, really. Let's see what else we have here. Hello, Coachila. How are you doing today, brother? I'm doing well. Ebuka, thank you so much. Ebuka DK, thank you for asking. I appreciate that. All the love, all the love. I appreciate all the members of the community sending so much love to Glenn. Yes, Glenn, we've been praying for you. And without prayers, I think you can overcome. Stay strong, brother. And one thing I like from about you is, again, the most is that you find the funny side of every situation. And believe me, with that sort of behavior, you will survive any situation in the world. And so I appreciate you finding time to join. Let's keep you company a bit. Just see it as if we are keeping you company, not you joining the show, but us joining, visiting you at the hospital where you are to keep you company a bit. That's how I see it. Yeah,
Sorry,
let's see what else we have
one
here.
more off.
Sorry?
One more off football topic. I've been trying to avoid talking about this because I don't usually like to. But my message to Glenn is prayer is powerful. I had a very big health issue myself. I'm even lucky to be here. And I know it's prayer that saw me through. So, we're all praying for you, for whatever it is. And, receive that prayer because that's what's going to get you through, brother.
Yeah. Yeah, prayer is powerful indeed. Coachila, Mr. Howard have announced he new vacancies, and he's looking for people with talent of observing multiple screens at the same time. So I'm gonna move away from that. I didn't even know I've left it there for a while. Just go away. He rejected us. Who rejected us? Nobody rejected us. Disasi to me is one of our best signings. He's very aggressive. Yep. And he scores goals. Since Chelsea's history, our defenders are often goal scorers. Gentari, Ivanovic, Cahill, Luis, David Luis. Yep. Now Disasi. I think that will go a long way. The goals don't have to come from the attacking players. Glenn, my version, bro, how are you? Good to have you back again at the Banter Factory. I'm just reading it because we are praying for Glenn, so I'm not saying that as off topic at all. So we appreciate Glenn allowing us to keep him company a bit. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. We shouldn't be paying this kind of transfer fee, 80 million plus. Yeah, we are being bullied from every club. It's just, again, how desperate we are. It's as simple as that. What news do you have about our business with Juventus? I am just getting here, please. Nothing that serious. They rejected our initial offer. I can't recall how much exactly. I think it was 20 million euros plus Lukaku, and they rejected it. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes and understand, people. If you're saying we will not walk away, you mean you want us to overpay? That's not my argument, and I'm sure we just, again, pay whatever pay the valuation, really. Pay whatever we feel is right. That's how I see it. We have been paying for a while, but we don't have to do that forever. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people, and let's help Chelsea Mitchell Boy get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. Click the three dots to his right. Click on go to channel and subscribe to his channel. We still have a few items to round off here, but I'm not in a hurry today. Vardy and Mbappe, we are good next season. I don't think we'll be able to get Vardy, but that's not up to me. Paradis will fit the 29. He's 29, so has the experience, and we need to balance the squad. And if we're seriously looking at him, chances are we're doing so because the manager wants experience in the team. Vardy and Mbappe will never come. Go ahead, Bob. You wanted to say something?
At the moment and for the foreseeable future, English football has always been astronomically funded, certainly since post the Second World War. For those of us old enough, like myself, I remember in the 80s when a certain Trevor Francis, who's late now, was bought by Nottingham Forest, and the late great oh gosh, I've forgotten the name of that manager now. Gosh, what's his name? Anyway, it'll come to me. They're bought by Forest, and he became the first £1 million player. And everybody was screaming, £1 million for a player. When will this end? How obscene, yada, yada, yada. Now, you pay £1 million. I don't even think you can pay £1 million for a youth player, you know? So 100 million is not, believe me, it's not that big a deal. Yes, it's expensive. Yes, at the moment there aren't that many players of 100 million, but I can assure you, in 5 years' time, it'll become a norm. If it's not a norm already, we're going towards a billion now. Uh, trust me, and that
Yeah,
will happen.
it's getting closer and closer.
Yeah.
All right. And we can get Chomeni for 60, 70. Real Madrid will not sell Chomeni. We've talked about that quite enough here. We will be selling Mbappe's shirt for next 50 years if we ever sign him. Yep. Plus Paredes is a World Cup winner. Yeah, he is. That's the truth. If we want Caicedo, we have to pay 100 million or walk away. Wow. Serious. Solid partner for Enzo, also being a World Cup winner. Not getting Caicedo will cost us some spots in the table that we will regret. Wow. Okay. It looks like everybody thinks Caicedo is the missing piece. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go a long way. I am getting annoyed with the lack of critical thinking skills in this side. Okay, then if you feel like it's not conducive for you, I mean, you can. Up to you. It's again it's too fast for him. Let's see what else we have here. I'm gonna move on. Let's move on to the next item here. We have so much line that we haven't even gone to half of it. Robert Sanchez has completed his Chelsea medical. Okay, which means we should be looking out for the official announcement soon. This one here, Crystal Palace are working on a deal to sign Lewis Hall on loan from Chelsea. The 18-year-old looks set to put pen to paper on a new deal at Stamford Bridge before leaving, heading out on loan. That makes me happy. The fact that, again, he will sign a new contract before he goes out on loan, that's very important to me. Tobeho, you will have anything to add to that, or should I move on?
Coach, I agree with this loan deal because I think the Pochettino didn't use him that much in the preseason. Maybe because he doesn't have more space for him. And then, as I said before, I want Luis well to play as a midfielder, not as a wing back, not as a left back or left winger. I want him in the midfielder because he's so good there. So I'm glad he's gonna go on loan to get more experience, more game time, develop his potential. Then he can come back. So I'm happy about it.
Yep, I'd rather him go out on loan, you could say play week in, week out, and continue developing than keep him out of selfishness and him not playing enough to continue developing. So I'm happy. Bobby, I don't know if you have anything to add to that, or should we move on? Yep,
Yeah.
Real suffer always in away games. Okay. Let's see. God will bless Chelsea this season with 3 trophies. Wow. Okay, you didn't name them. I would have loved to see you name the trophies in question. You say we're going to win. It is better we pay for Caicedo more efficient than Paradise. I think I agree with you. But Paradise also again will be. The question is, I don't know if he fits in the Premier League because, yeah, I get it. It's not all about pace, but mm, I'm not too sure. Let's see what happens. I still think we'll get the Moises Caicedo deal over the line. Paredes has better stats than Caicedo last season. Wow. I think maybe we need to do the comparison tomorrow. Unfortunately, we'll be rounding up soon. Let's see, nothing serious to address here. I'm going to move to the next item. We have a line there. Says which, okay, I'm going to move on from that one. 80 says, when are we going to learn to walk away from deals? Clubs know we need to do. Clubs know we never do. Yep, I agree with you. Kukurea, Mudryk, Enzo, now Caicedo. Man City walked away from Cucurella and Declan Rice. We need to improve on this on this in the future. I get it. Let's
Yeah,
just try
because
and
they
get this
didn't
one over
need
the
them.
line. But in the future, we should learn to walk away. Go ahead, Bobby.
They walked away because they didn't need them. We need them. We need them. And people keep criticizing Chelsea. Look at Man United. They have a big problem on their hands. They're stockpiling, buying players, and now they can't sell. They can't offload Van der Beek, even though they're frustrating him in the stands. They can't offload Fred. Why? Because nobody's going to pay top dollar. Why? Because they know they have to sell. So, I don't think we've done badly at all. Sometimes you can't walk away. You go for what you need and what you want. And when you've got what you need and what you want in your arsenal, and you can afford to look for luxuries, then you can walk away, like Man City walk away, because they don't really need some of these players they go for.
Mm-hmm. So, Bobby, like Lewis Hall is going out on loan.
I don't think we have a choice with this kid.
Mm-hmm.
I hate seeing players go away. But if we're going to persist with Cucurella and Chilwell in the left back and our midfield, yes, we need midfielders. But in terms of midfielders at his level, we're a little bit well stocked. I think it's good for him. It's fantastic. He signs a deal and then goes away and plays and gets even better than he is. And I can assure you, if he comes back in next summer, and please God, we have Champions League football, he will certainly be in the reckoning to make his way back into the first team squad.
Yeah, I do agree with you. Let's see what else we have here before we start addressing the next item. Chelsea scouts were in Real camp trying to get the discussion going with Tchouaméni. Really? I honestly haven't heard that. Chelsea will win, EPL, FA Cup, and Carling Cup. Okay, good luck to us. We can use Lewis Hall to get Olise. Okay, send him on loan there and get Olise. Maybe.
Yeah, I was hoping on that. Yeah.
Yeah. You were the one that talked about that. Yeah, maybe that will work. This one here, I've always known that he goes out on loan. This says Leicester City manager Enzo Maresca wants more signings with Chelsea's Cesare Caicedo lined up to join on loan next week. It won't be again. It will not be a bad loan for him. The fact that the manager wants and likes him that much, I think he should go. His staying won't be helpful. He still looked again during the preseason. In most cases, he still looked a bit. He looked a bit nervous or maybe unsettled, or you could say raw to some extent. So he needs to. He's not mature. He's not ready for Chelsea's first team, in my opinion. But that's by the way. Let's move on. Anybody on the panel want to speak about that, or should I move on? All right, I'm going to move on. Pochettino is given serious consideration to keeping Ian Maatsen and Andrea Santos in the first team squad next season, the coming season, or this season. I'm not sure how to reference it correctly, but not a bad idea. Ian Maatsen is one of the most intelligent players we have in the current squad. It's not about power, pace, or his height, but his intelligence. More importantly, Santos also is good. Honestly, Santos, I'd say if we walk away from the Moises Caicedo deal, I'd say let's just keep Santos and not let him out. He's capable of fulfilling that role effectively. Anybody on the panel has anything to add to that, or should I move on?
I agree with you. This one, Coach. Santos and Angelo. Oh, sorry. Santos and Ian Maatsen have been impressive in the preseason. They deserve to be rewarded to play for Chelsea for the upcoming season, but also we need to give this kid a contract in Maatsen, because, as I said before, he is on his last year, so we better be careful on that. Whether we try to keep him and then he sign a new contract, and if he doesn't sign a new contract, unfortunately, we have to cash out. But I pray that they give him a contract. What a player! And he doesn't need to play as a left back, because you can see as a winger there, he's doing very well. So
Yeah,
why not?
I really do like him as a player. I like both as a player, both intelligent players. Ian Martin, especially. Wow, what a player he is. That's all. I'm just going to leave it at that. Let's see what other item we have lined up. I think we have just a few, about 3 of them or 4 before we call it a day. I think we've gone through it. Nothing else to talk about here. I don't know. Nothing new emerged as the show progressed. I don't know anything else. You have anything else to talk about, Tabejo? All right, nothing. Bobby, you have anything else to say before we call it a day?
No, nothing. It's just these reverberations around Valverde is becoming interesting. Do we have a surprise purchase coming up? It would be wonderful if we
Possibly.
do. I don't know how possible it would be, but it would be wonderful if it does happen, because I've always said Valverde, he looks the part for Chelsea.
I agree with you. So with that, we've come to the natural end of the show. We had IBZ on the panel. We have Bobby here, and we have the Tabejo. I appreciate you all finding the time to be on the panel with me. That does go a long way. And let me see what else we have here. Say goodbye to people there. I appreciate you for saying that. We can just walk away from the deal, boss. Not up to me. Don't forget, it's competition. We need the best, and it's what? And it's costly. We have to understand, costly maybe, and we need to understand. Bobby, you are telling us to negotiate the ransom on Caicedo with Hawkstars of a club like Brighton. Wow, that's some comment there. If we walk away, what they say, okay. If we walked away from the Caicedo deal, I would understand. I would understand, and be getting fleeced all the time isn't okay. It's shameful, really. And Constantine Dante, take care of you too. I appreciate you finding time to join. Yeah, go ahead, Bobby.
To add to that, what people fail to understand, you can't be too in your feelings with some of these things. Sometimes it's about the objective. What do you want? And you go and get what you want, regardless of, all this, being fleeced and all that. You're bringing pride and unnecessary feelings into something that could jeopardize your success. Let me tell you, and I say this again, we walked away invariably from Declan Rice because he was over 100 million. What happened a couple of seasons later? Arsenal came without hesitation, paid 105 million. If we don't pay this 100 million for Caicedo and he has another good season, somebody else will, either Barcelona, either somebody else will do it. So forget all these feelings and pride and, oh, they're fleecing us and yada, yada, yada. Yeah, they're fleecing us. Yeah, he was stupid to put himself in that position, but it is what it is. We need him. We want him. We just pay and move on. You're not into, I don't care how many people say, oh, Chelsea paid 100 million. Oh, Chelsea have 200 million in midfield. Yeah, if we're winning trophies, I really don't give a rat's ass. Just like Roman back in the day when he first came, he bought players. People were saying, oh, Chelsea this, Chelsea that. And he was smiling back to the trophy cabinet. That's what we need to do now.
Yeah. Yeah, Bobby, thank you again. As I've explained, we've come to the natural end of the show. Thank you to Bobby. Thank you to the beautiful game. Thank you. No, thank you to Tabejo. Thank you to IBZ, and to those of you in the chat. Thank you, Nemaya, for I appreciate you joining. Constantine Dante, much love to you. Relaxation Nation. If we walked away, I think I've read that one. But more importantly, thank you for joining today. And Chelsky, thank you for joining. Iweku. As a quick again, thank you for joining. And to all of you in the chat, I appreciate you all. If I miss your name, apologies. I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all, and bye.